fucked up on that one. So that one goes away. This one, yeah, this one has to go. Delete this one forever. I got my fucking oatmeal. Call it oatmeal pack. 5. That one's good. Let's see if we can do this one. Get this one here. Shoot this one up.
Yep.
Okay, Somatic, you have to get off the phone or leave the chat, bro. We've gone live. So I need to eat something and we're good. Okay. So I got the audio app on this new laptop, everybody. I have the video editor app. The video editor app will allow me to post videos in 4K. So we will again be taking full advantage of all the new upgrades this laptop has given me. So that is good news. We are live. We will be doing a PSN card giveaway later on. And we will also, I think Sam said he's giving away a 1-year PlayStation Plus subscription. So stick around for that. I just got asked via DM to be a guest on the roundtable for interview. I have accepted that interview request. So you guys might see me over there sometime this week. You know, sometime this week, maybe next weekend, something like that. So I just let you guys know about that. We look like we're all good. We got the topics. We got everything ready. Let's just go get the shit. We are good here. We just need an image. Hurry up and do that. So we have our notification up currently in the community section of YouTube, on my YouTube page, and I just put up the notification on Twitter. I'm gonna go head on over to Twitch, not Twitch, sorry, Discord. Let people know that we're live over here. And in the public Discord, let them know that we're live. And we're good. Let's get started. Today we're gonna have an additional topic. I was thinking about this for a couple of days. I was heavily thinking about it this morning. This generation is rapidly coming to an end. We know what to expect from Ghost of Tsushima. We know what to expect from The Last of Us Part 2. But we should definitely talk about this generation as a whole. How I rate it, how the panel rates it, how the viewers are rating it. I want to know about that. So we will probably start that off right now. Get that out the way. Yeah, we're gonna probably start that off right now and get that out the way. Yeah, I shared it everywhere. I need to share it. I don't know where my mom was. I mean, they told me, but wherever she was, it was like an antique place, but they had like old video games and, you know, anime sculptures and just it wasn't GameStop, it was somewhere in Maryland. So you know, she showed me like a Dragon Ball Z, because that's what she knows. but she didn't know about My Hero Academia. So there was an All Might statue. I think she picked it up for me. So I don't know when she's gonna come by the house, but she should be able to drop that off. So I'll be doing an unboxing of that probably sometime this week. But yeah, man, it was amazing to see different generations of game consoles. Dreamcast, Wii U, Wii, NES, Super NES. It's just about to be fucking crazy. Adam will be in here to talk about some shit that he heard from his insider. So Adam is our insider, and Adam has an insider. And we're gonna talk to Adam later on today. So I think we're all good here. We got 11 people. We'll be waiting. So it's only 11 of you guys right now. The reason why we're doing this PSN card giveaway, obviously, is to give thanks back to the supporters, the real supporters that have been here through the bad times, the good times, and I really want to say thank you to you guys. We hit a milestone. It's not big for a lot of people, but I'm grateful nonetheless. We have passed the 1 mark. So we used to see 8.91,000 subscribers. Now we're seeing 8.92 subscribers. So again, only a 10 subscriber increase, but anything is good for this channel. And I want to give thanks to those individuals that found the reason to click the subscribe button. So I got 2 PSN card giveaways, so there will be 2 chances to win. And then whenever Sam gets here, I believe he has the 1 year. Now, if Sam is at work and he's not able to show up, he will give out that 1 year PlayStation Plus subscription, possibly on the day of the PS5 reveal. So I already got one of my tank tops. The PlayStation Legion podcast shirt is on its way to my house, and then I have another PlayStation shirt. I'm gonna see what I decide to wear on the PS5 reveal. If you haven't heard by now, I'm officially off on that day and only that day next week, so I will be able to cover that event. Let's get started. Everybody go around. We got Dom, we got Vegan VR King, we got Jamar Bates, Sinju, we got him. I just saw Joystick Guru is here. What's going on, man? We're gonna go around and talk about one of our favorite games this gen. So let's talk about that. I think my favorite game this gen, one of my favorites, it's not the best game, but I played the fuck out of it, and I am going with I'm going with Bloodborne. Bloodborne is that game. That is that one game that I return to multiple times. I think I beat the game 4 times now. It was a great game. Like normally the type of platinum that I had to go after, I did give up, and then I was motivated to go back and get that platinum, and it was so enjoyable that I went back and did everything on the expansion for New Blood. And I've like, again, once I'm done with a game, sometimes I don't go back, or if I feel that I can't get the platinum, I don't go back. I was supposed to get the platinum for Final Fantasy VII. I have not been able to get on that game this week, but I will try to chip away at a couple trophies until I feel that I'm at the area where I can get that platinum or go after that platinum. Bloodborne is my game. That is my favorite game this gen. That is, right now, that's my favorite game. I think Ghost of Tsushima will be my favorite over top of Last of Us. Doesn't mean I think that Ghost will be better, but it will be my personal favorite because of what I like to play. Bloodborne was just fucking different, It was completely different. Great game. Who is next in the chat? What is your favorite game so far this generation?
What's going on, everybody? I ain't on mute. On mute. You hear me, Jay? Crack. Hey, Crack. Where is Jay Crack?
What's going on, Big Money? What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Crack. What's going on, chat? Everybody on?
I'm guessing Somatic is providing the echo today?
No, that was me. I just cut my TV down.
Somebody gave me a recommendation to up the bit rate for the audio. I want to thank you for that recommendation. I do believe it was a negative recommendation because I ended up checking out the YouTube channel, and of course it was a PC fan. But I am gonna up that bit rate. I forgot to do it before I went live today, but rest assured, before we go live again, that bit rate will be up. I cannot up the bit rate while we're already live. Big Money, what's your favorite? What's one of your favorite games this gen? By the way, like Bloodborne and Monster Hunter are probably like some of my favorite games. I spent more time on Monster Hunter. Yeah, I would probably go with Monster Hunter being my favorite game now I think about it. I really love Bloodborne, but they were pretty much similar. You're fighting monsters and shit, but yeah, Monster Hunter World. My only problem with Monster Hunter World, I think the game could have had much more polish, and I think the game could have looked a lot better. Because it wasn't a full open world game. But of course we know that Monster Hunter before World, their graphics were always dated. And they just continue to use the same engine over and over and over again because nobody cared. But I hope that if we get another Monster Hunter, that Capcom obviously made tons of money off of Monster Hunter World, that they could update the engine again for next gen. Again,
I think I'm go with Spider-Man and I'm hoping The Last of Us 2. I'm hoping The Last of Us, either Last of Us 2 or Ghost of Tsushima, because I've been waiting for those two games to come out for a while. But it's gonna be Spider-Man. Spider-Man, that right there. When I seen that in 2016, that was it for me. I was like, that's it for me. What's going on, chat? Jameer Bates. Man, I've been around, man. Mansville, if I'm saying that right. Paul, what's up with you, Paul? Paul Pelly, what's up with you, fam? Man, I just been in and out, man. I've been in and out, bruh. Take a break from YouTube for a minute.
Hey, man, you gotta take a break every now and then, man. That's how you gotta do it. Sorry, guys.
You got to super chat, bro. Just say with a grain of salt, but is got a super chat. I didn't get to read it.
I'm about to read that right now. I'm just messing around a little bit with this chat shit. There we go. That's the one I wanted.
Hey, Ice Queen. What's going on, chat, man? Man, we appreciate y'all. Y'all show up every Sunday. Appreciate y'all a lot, for real.
Fuck.
Damn, I forgot about Horizon. Hey, man, see, Sony has so many bangers this generation, man. Like, bruh, like, every time I mention about this generation yet,
there we go.
You know, everybody gonna top out with the original, you know. But for me, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 2, man, with these last two games, I think it's gonna be the PlayStation 4, bro. This the greatest generation I've been with gaming. I'm talking about all during my
joystick. I will try, but what we're gonna do for now, we're just gonna keep it at 1080p. Cause I know that you and me, we have 4Ks and many other people, but most people just stream at the highest of 1080p. I will definitely look into that, but I don't think there's enough people dealing with 4K streaming right now for me to do that. I mean, even when I was watching the event at the job, what was it, the Last of Us, I had to go to 720. Like, my phone is a 4K phone, but it won't even support 4K streaming on YouTube, which I don't understand.
What's going on, gentlemen?
But definitely something I'm looking into. Trust me, I'm trying to get the best quality.
What's going on, Pimpin'? What's going on, Pimpin'?
Man.
Yeah, bro. I ain't even call next year, bro. I'm a call. I need to call him, man. That's family, man. I need to call him, bro. It went past so fast,
okay,
man.
Let me read it real quick. This is from Frostbite. Of course, the first super chat we have of the day. Take with a grain of salt. But PS5 form factor details leaked. X2, the size of a PS4 Pro. It's not a tower, but traditional console and has round edges. That makes sense. Yeah, I can see that. I don't look. I want to just rant on this just a little bit. Why would Sony copy off of the design of Xbox? Just because they making a tower doesn't mean that PlayStation would do it. Like, I'm really confused. Every time Xbox does something, it's like their fanboys put out this horrible campaign of misinformation saying, hey, well, Sony's gonna do this. Like, remember when they gave their games to PC? That was the first thing they said, oh yeah, Sony's gonna do it. Well, I mean, Sony didn't even start to do that until what, now, 2020? 3 fucking years later? Like, no, come on, man.
Damn, game over. I found that bad, bro. God damn, fuck you then, game over. Fuck you then, bro. Damn, bro, don't tell me I sound like the PS camera, Mike. Hey, man, I'm cheap as hell, too, bro. I've been sticking this little 1995 ass joystick as mic out, bro. I need to get a no. I'm sorry, everybody. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm a cheap man. I'm supposed to be talking about your elders like that, game. Talk about your elders. Get a new mic, man. I'm gonna get a new. The thing is, I'm gonna go buy another 1995 ass mic, man. I can't be spending no $85 on these cakes, man. I don't see how they can do it.
Oh, I don't do that. I think this mic would have been like probably like 50 or 40. You know, but I feel that I don't have to upgrade anymore. You know, that's the whole point. You don't want to have to always, oh man, I gotta buy a new one because this one broke or something.
The motherfuckers, these motherfuckers go in like a month, bro. It'd be a month. They really not made for this type of mic I got. It's not made for these type of shows that we do. It's really just when you be gaming. Yeah, that's the type of mic I got. So that's what it is. So. Hey, you can say that again. You more. I ain't got no motherfucking money, bro. So shit. It's hard for me to get shit like that, bro. Spend $50.
Okay, so we got a classic cast here today. We got Big Money. We got Yella. Somatic, which of course I don't think is really here. And then we got Adam somewhere talking to a wall. So, yeah, it's pretty much 2 people. And Yella. Yella's not a real person. He's running around as a Power Ranger.
Say something.
Protect the peace.
Oh, I'll be over there in a little bit.
Another, bro.
I'll be over there in a little bit.
What up, JayTech?
What's going on, Spartan?
Bro, I went from one podcast to another just now.
Podcast.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, you better get used to that shit on Thursday. It's gonna be crazy, man.
Like just now, I just went from Jay Barry to JayTech. That's crazy. Just now.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Just going to the next.
Yo, Big Money.
How y'all doing?
Yes, sir.
I'm doing
You
good.
scared? You still scared for Sony, nigga? Or you rooting?
Oh no, he should be scared for X.
I'm a wait and see, man. I'm a wait and see. You know, hey, you know what? Look, I'm doing all that rant now. Y'all got to understand. I did not know about the COVID-19 shit. That's the only reason they held back. I believe they would have revealed some shit way earlier than they did. Only reason they revealed all this shit late is because of the COVID-19 shit. I be hearing Sick, and shout out to Sick, and Sick, you wrong in the motherfucking fam. I be hearing Sick talking about some, and it's not, they had to work for to get these games out. I keep telling people, bruh, they don't have to wait to talk about their PS5 while they promoting these games. Like I said, I can't see anybody. If it was, let's say it's January, right? They make this big ass splash with the PS5. If they promote that, is that gonna make anybody say, "Man, I'm not buying Last of Us 2 no more"? Who would say that? That's why I don't understand why. And I heard JayTech say that shit too. It's not gonna stop anybody from buying these games because they promote their product. It just wouldn't stop me. It don't make. I don't see nobody board meetings talking about some, man. If we talk about these PS5, ain't nobody gonna buy the last of them. Nobody gonna do that shit like that, bro. They just gonna be like, damn, the PS5 coming out. Shit. I know I'm gonna have to buy for both of them. That's what people gonna say. I don't see people holding back. You know what I mean? Damn, I'm tripping. Damn. Man, y'all don't show me no respect. I thought y'all loved me, bro. Come on, man. Chat. 6K, I thought you loved me, fam. Goddamn.
No, man. There's war out here. Casualty of wars. Nobody's safe.
Yeah, okay, so what were you saying? Again, man, I was looking for my controller charger. I was freaking out.
I was talking about... No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was freaking out. I thought I lost that shit. So you were saying I was afraid of what?
I'll be saying when you one of the ones, because I know Sick, when he be talking about when the PS5 be coming out, me and him be debating over he shouldn't talk about the PS5. They got these games coming out, and I'll be letting people know.
I think that if there was no corona, right, things would still match up this way. Because, remember, Ghost got delayed. It was going to be in June. They pushed it back to July. Last of Us got delayed. It was going to be May. It got pushed back to June. The PlayStation event that we're seeing right now, and the rollout of the marketing for the PS5, that was delayed. You know, there were so many rumors saying it was going to be anywhere between February and March. Then it kept pushing back. Oh, well, it's April. Oh, well, it's June. It's May. Now it's fucking June. Like, they pushed that shit back a while, and you know, it seemed like they settled on they're gonna do a non-traditional event where there's not gonna be any, you know, people there, and that's cool. You have to do what you gotta do to protect people, even if the virus is coming down. We don't know if it could easily surge.
And that's what I'm saying, Jay. I think you would have announced this like about that time we were talking about January, February. I think this pandemic, we just got on top of it real quick, and it delayed a lot of stuff. It delayed games. It delayed a lot of stuff. I think that's why. Because I know everybody be getting on me like, damn, are you happy now, money? Goddamn, they saying something now. Because y'all know I'll be going at them, man. Like I said, I treat Sony like I treat my son. My son get nothing but A+, and I still have a mean look on my face. He be like, God damn, Dad, I got A+. What else you want me to do? Nigga, I don't want you to stop. I don't want you to stop at all. I want you to stay hungry and keep going. That's what I do. I don't do it to put Sony down. I just want them to stay on their P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying? I don't be talking shit about Sony to make them look bad. Just want them to stay strong because I know it's lonely at the top, bro. It's lonely at the
It's
top.
lonely at the top, but it's not their fault. If the competition was strong, they wouldn't be alone.
Big money.
So,
you see how much effort? You see how much effort they put into the PS5? You really think they're gonna rest on them P's and Q's?
Oh yeah.
You said, do you see the efforts that they put into the PS5? Do you think they're going to be on their P's and Q's?
You still think they're not on that? Look how much shit they put in there for developers. They eliminate all bottlenecks. Imagine that. You get held back by a CPU for 7 years, still put out hit games, and then you design the console that's going to get rid of all of that. And make sure development time slows down for like devs, it gets shorter. You look how much effort they put into it, devs. They're not resting on their laurels, trust me.
Oh, you know what? But you know what, Spartan God? That's all good. You know what? But me, I've said this before, man. I'm a graphics whore, man. I'm a power guy. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, bro. And plus, I won't talk shit. I can't even talk shit to the one guys. What's them other guys that be playing that other game that you do on the internet? You play the video game from the internet. What is that shit called?
Fortnite.
Video game system. No, the video game system you got.
You talking about Stadia?
Yeah, I can't even talk shit to Stadia people, man.
Why not?
I can't work with no point. They got 10.4 teraflops. We got 10.3.
No, they have 10.7. Big money.
Big money.
Wait. This is where you can, because one, Stadia as of right now is GCN. It is 10.7 of GCN. The PS5 has 10 of RDNA. That's 2 architectures ahead, first off. So the PS5 is more powerful than Stadia. So you can talk shit because the PS5, like if Stadia was a system right now with 10.7 teraflops, bro, it would be outperformed by PS5, literally, just like that. So you can talk shit to them, and when they talk about they have 10 points, like, haha, but you have last gen architecture. You have RDNA too in a PS5. So basically, say if you want a GCN to be on a level for PS5, you would have to have, I would say, about 7 teraflops for PS5 to equal to Stadia's GCN. So yeah, you have a way more powerful system than they do. So if you want to talk shit to them, just tell them that. If you're aware of like architectures and all that shit, just tell them mine's RDNA, yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I don't know what none of that shit RDNA. I really say it as a joke. It's really just a joke, but yeah, man, I don't know that stuff.
I'm gonna be honest, man. The PS3 was an underdog for so many years, and I still was repping that shit. I was capping the fuck out of the PS3. Because I knew what I was getting into. I knew what games I was currently playing every fucking month. People can be on the internet and throw shit at another fucking side. That's cool. But after you're done doing that, what are you supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be playing a game. If you're not at work, if you're not taking care of your family, gaming is what we're here for. This is why we have these discussions, because we game. Now, once you don't do that, when you don't have a reason to play any games, when you don't have any games to fucking play, it defeats all those power narratives.
That's what I was trying to get at, Jay, because again, like, and again, no disrespect, money, because again, there's people out there on that. But what do you think in your own eyes that you will get away from that power narrative? That you'll be more focused on what the games that are being displayed and offered on a platform?
That's what it's doing for Xbox right now. They would just want to see the games because they have the power this time.
Hold on. They had the power last time, 2-3 years ago, with the Xbox One X. Didn't they enhance all the Xbox 360 and original Xbox games as well as Xbox One games?
Yep. But it was no game built from the ground up.
Exactly, I know that. But we're about to segue into this backwards compatibility topic.
Oh, bad. I see.
Where it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you have all this power. You were supposed to show us the next generation of gaming. Sony didn't even use their event to show us that until the next month, which we're about to dive into tomorrow. They partnered up with Epic to show the next gen of gaming, and everybody in the industry, everybody in the gaming community agreed that was a real representation of next generation graphics. Microsoft literally had to back away from that. I talked to you about this when you was here last time, Spartan, that they changed their banner from the microchip to the controller.
Right.
Now, as far as their talking points, they're not talking about 12 teraflops. They're now talking about backwards compatibility. Do you see how quickly that shit fucking backed up? This was before Sony came out and said, hey, we about to reveal some shit. Like, they were backing up, bro. The little things that Sony would do, showing the controller, showing off the Unreal Engine 5, teaming up with other people, showing off different aspects, giving out information, months here, months that. That was enough. That was enough to back Microsoft up and say, hey, well, okay, we took an L on this. I mean, they really made themselves a walking joke when they did what they did at the Inside Xbox. You can't blame PlayStation. You can't blame Sony fans or Sony ponies or whatever you want to call us. You can't blame us. That was your event. You decided to do it that way. You see what I'm saying?
Man, people have been saying for long. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Oh no, but just related to that topic. I want you to remember your thoughts. So I'm not gonna go off on. Do you remember when Microsoft first announced Xbox? Well, it was just whatever project. I forgot what the shit was called anyway. But at E3 2019, remember when they came out and was talking about their SSD and how that was the biggest game changer? When the next rumor came out that the PS5 was over twice as fast, they changed to 12 teraflops. And now that they're seeing the devs are talking about SSD and not teraflops, they had to change their marketing. Okay, so the teraflops we have more of, but it's not a big deal to them. SSD we're losing behind. They're not making a big deal of the CPU being better. But I notice now they're talking about backwards compatibility, the most capable system, next gen system. I've noticed that's the new thing for backwards compatibility. I think Sony right now, they actually did do that legacy shit, but they don't know when to announce it. I think they're just gonna do it whenever, maybe August.
It's probably a good thing though, bro, because you have that "I got you" moment in your back pocket, and everybody running around here thinking, "Oh, look at this! Sony now gonna support backwards compatibility. Why are they only talking about the future? Why are they talking about new IPs? You know? Okay, so what? It's bad? It's bad to show off new shit?
Yes, because Microsoft, they don't have that right now.
Exactly.
Like, they were just saying, like, but here's the funny thing. About a month ago, they was like, Sony has showed you nothing from Next Gen, and Microsoft, they showed you a logo, a controller, and Microsoft showed you Hellblade 2, something else, 2 other games, Project Mara and all of that. Now Sony has showed you multiple things for Next Gen. You have multiple games announced for PS5, and now Microsoft is going backwards. I think Sony has been so worried. I mean, not worried, but like more focused now on everything that's used as a negative. They've been taken away. So basically, like the name changes, they fixed. And nobody talking about my data been deleted. You don't have that no more. PS5 downloads. You don't have to worry about backwards compatibility because the PS5 will support PS4, so that's gone. The legacy rumor shit, they didn't never say, so you can't hold that against them if it's not true. But if it is, that means they took away that too. There's nothing really that you can really say against Sony now because they have games. So now what do? You talk about backwards compatibility. If Sony has that and plus PS now, then I think that's just an automatic L for Microsoft next gen because Sony already have games. Like we was already saying on Jay Barry's shit, if you see Bloodborne 2, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, the Order sequel, anything of that, next week, that shit is over.
Yeah.
And Microsoft can do that.
Yeah, I'm going to butt in here.
My boy Briggs here.
Yeah, I just got out of work. But if Microsoft's event comes along and there is not one, and I mean one AAA new IP, then that's an automatic failure to me from them because they have to have at least one new IP in the works, because they cannot be leaning on titles that have already came out. You know, they cannot be doing that, because I'm telling you, if Sony comes out next week and shows at least a new IP, a big new IP, at least one, plus the other shit that they're going to show, Sony already won. I'm telling you, they already won at the launch aspect with the games. They already have.
Mm-hmm. Bro, you know what? Well, I think a lot of people, PlayStation fans and Xbox fans, have been saying the same thing. You need to knock out the park. Xbox need to knock it out the park. Whatever they do, they need to knock it out the park with this next event. Everything they do, the management, I think it has a lot to do with the management. Feel on down that like they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And as far as that backwards ability, Sony fans, I think Sony know their fans. Fans ain't never really been a big advocate for like rushing them to do backwards compatibility. The only people that's been bragging has been Xbox fans. Sony know their fans. We're not worried about backwards compatibility. It's a nice feature to have. Of course, it's a nice thing to have. But we're worried about new experiences, and that's what Sony delivers. Microsoft you're right, bro. They need to knock it out the park. And to tell you the truth, I think they need more than just one. One is just, okay, do something. But they need more than just one new IP. They really do. They need to knock this shit completely out the box. I've been saying for months, man, they are in 4th place in the 3-man race. It's bad. That's really bad. They need to step up the game, really.
That's a good
I
analogy.
said it a long time ago, though, man. Like, again, Big Money, you said it clearly, but I've stated it many times before, bro. People that are in position of power at Xbox don't have the answer. They're not as passionate about the gaming industry as, you know, the Peter Moore in the 360 era. When that 360 was relevant, bro. When that 360 and PS3 was basically going back and connect, you know what I'm saying, for consumer dollar, Xbox, they won the race, but they didn't win the marathon. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because again, they came out first. Yes, we know that. It was cheaper. Yes, we know that it was easier to develop for. Yes, we know that. But towards the end of the generation, 2012, 2013, and again, I had both consoles, okay? And I had a conversation with Jay yesterday. I'm not a fanboy. I'm just a fan of gaming. But I'm calling a spade, point blank, period. There's no reason to cap for it. No reason to defend it. Xbox One, it's a 360, has been straight dog shit. Point blank, period. If the people that continue to defend that platform are the people that have basically invested all their money in the ecosystem, and that's where their friends are at. That's it. But again, we got a lot of people out there denying the fact, you know, well, this game and this game and this game. Again, subjective is fun. I mean, fun is subjective, right? But there is no denying the fact that Bleeding Edge was dog shit. Crackdown was dog shit. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is coming from somebody who supported Xbox. I've had more Xbox One prices this generation because, again, I was hoping that old Xbox energy would come back. It hasn't. And like Briggs said, bro.
I think your mic is picking up some feedback from sound.
Yeah, I hear a lot of feedback.
Yeah, but like Briggs said, bro, if they don't basically bring shit, bro, you're not getting my dollar. Because there's no narrative and there's no point to defend getting a console when everything that you're putting out to the consumer can be played on a smartphone, can be played on a tablet, can be played on a fucking computer. Because again, they're going for the service more than they actually care about the motherfucking console. Your most powerful console didn't save you this generation, and it sure the hell ain't gonna save this generation if you don't get your shit in line. Point blank, period.
Yeah, Yella, bro. I love that story that you told me when you made that switch over, bro. And I think that's a healthy moment because there's no real reason for you to wait 4 years into the gen of a failure system to say, hey, okay, well, this is the 4th year that it failed. Let me make my switch. No, at the beginning of a generation is a very healthy switch. You know, it was a very healthy switch when people made the decision to leave from PS2 to go to 360. Then from 360, they went back to PS4. Now, if people want to switch back over because of teraflops, that's a little bit different this generation. You knew what you were given this gen as far as games. Again, we're gamers, right? Now, we have some people in our community that would rather entertain you than actually play games. They're going to go where the wind blows. But we're talking about the real gamers, the people that like to play video games more than entertain you. When you're switching over now, you know who gives you the best games. You know between Xbox and PlayStation, you know what you're getting. You know this. There's no excuse. We're all grown-ass adults. You can't say 3 years later, well, man, I made a wrong decision. I thought they were going to do something. Like, no, they showed you what they wanted to do. If they wanted to try harder, they would have showed you that. They would have tried harder. At what point in time, after 2015 and 16, did Microsoft try harder to make better games? When?
They didn't, bro. They haven't.
Didn't.
Because, again, they took all that money. They have a never-ending wallet, right? But with that never-ending wallet, money was spent on dropping cars from the ceiling at E3. Money was spent on basically buying streamers to promote their games. Money was spent on wasting R&D and wasted money to push out a most powerful console that didn't do anything for you. You see what I'm saying? So these studios and acquisitions that they had, bro, should have been acquired a long time ago. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And if they would have acquired that shit a long time ago, I think the momentum would have been changed a lot different from what it is now. They're basically hyping up and promoting backwards capability. Like I think Big Money said, nice feature, but it doesn't hold that narrative like it did in the early 2000s with the PS2. You feel what I'm saying? So again, nobody buys a brand new console, $500 or plus, to play old fucking games. You're being a fanboy if you're capping for that shit, because if that's the case, bro, stick to the generation that you fell in love with.
Yeah, because look, I respect that. I want people to know, if you're not a toxic fanboy, I ain't coming after you. I ain't gonna throw any shots at you. You can play what you want to play. I'm not trying to draft anybody. I didn't do it in the beginning of this gen. I'm not doing it in the beginning of this new generation. You play where the fuck you want to play. But later on, when you wake up and realize, be a man about it. Be a man that you made the wrong decision. You know, the signs are all around you. If you're a gamer, you know where to go. If you ignore those signs, again, hey, bro, that's your fault. You're a grown-ass man. You making your own decisions. If you really think Xbox is going to provide you with the games that you really want to play, go over there. Of course, we're going to have a lot of people to pick both systems if they got money like that. But if you don't, outside of going where your friends are, which a lot of your friends probably will make the proper decision and make a switch, PlayStation is where the games are going to be. And this is before Thursday. A lot of people already know Thursday is going to set the world on fire with hype because we know what to expect from PlayStation. Look at what we got from Xbox and the inside Xbox, and look what a presentation of a new engine. Look how that look what happened between that. One game was shown that wasn't even a real game versus real games were shown. Just think about that for a moment. It was pretty disappointing because going back on what Big Money said earlier, Xbox, to be honest, they've been out here capping for the Xbox Series X since December of 2019. They had a 5-month lead. How do you blow it with one event? How do you disappoint everybody with one event? So much so that you had to take multiple steps backwards, and PlayStation is in the driver's seat before the June 4th event. I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, PlayStation, they win. No, bro. They were winning before Thursday. Before they showed off their new IPs, their first-party exclusives, before they even revealed the console, they were kicking Xbox's ass. That's unheard of. And they didn't even show their system. They didn't reveal the price. They didn't show a single first-party game running on a PS5. You lost a 5-month lead. That's horrible.
I'm sorry, JayTech. Yeah, I do hear it, man. He's going to be a lot of crazy feedback. Is that everybody?
I think it might be Spartan, man. You might have to back out and come back in.
Yeah, it's Spartan.
You know you can mute them, right, JayTech?
Yeah. I didn't know if he was gonna talk again, so. What's going on, Cat Talker? What's going on, man?
Working out. What you guys up to?
No, I went to Sunday show, obviously, and gonna do the giveaway, later on. I got the 2 PSN cards for $20. Let's see what we can do.
Can I have one?
No, we're gonna find. Sam's gonna send me a Snapchat message, I guess, and how we gotta distribute this shit, like a question or something.
So basically what you're trying to say is I can make a soccer team. Got you.
Yeah, you have to have a PSN account because that's the only way I'm giving that shit to you. So,
that's fine. I'll use the dude I game share with. That's no problem.
Goobity
goop.
Speaking of all that, let's get to one of these fucking topics. It seems like Jim Ryan really came, like he was heavy when it came to talking about the future of gaming, bro. Like like I saw that interview. Adam read some of it. Some other people read it. I took some time and read some of it yesterday. He is adamant about not giving a fuck about what Xbox is doing. He threw some major shots. I don't know if anybody caught that shit when he was talking about we're focused on giving people, the people of PlayStation, something they can't experience on an older PlayStation system. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Let me put just main example. Look at the new Assassin's Creed. Okay? We already hearing what they can't do on the Xbox Series X as far as 60 frames per second. We already know that whatever we saw was not running on the Series X because there are tons of other developers now coming out saying that their game weren't running, and it's been confirmed many of those games that were running that said optimized, they were already running on Xbox One X. So if these games are running on Xbox One X, obviously they're not built for the future. What the gamers really want to see, huh?
Jay, that's what I've been saying about, like, Microsoft for the first 2 years of the next generation. Those games have to work on the original Xbox One too. Matt Booty said that. He said that for the first and second year of next generation with Xbox Series X, Halo Infinite, Hellblade 2, those games had to be built in by for the old consoles as well.
Yeah, so, because they believe in no generation.
Yeah, we're not going to see anything like pushed to the limit for next generation for a couple of years for Microsoft. We are not.
Yeah.
You know what? I made a statement a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if everybody's going to agree with this, but the way I look at it, like now, like, and this is just for graphics, not gameplay, none of that. This is just the graphics. I've been seeing a lot of people, YouTubers talk about this. They're not going to get that jump from
PS2 to PS3
to PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3. I don't think that wow factor is going to be. Trust me, these games are going to look amazing. I don't think we're going to get the same type of wow factor that we got PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3. If PlayStation going with PlayStation 5, PlayStation 6, as far as graphics, just graphics goes, I think we're not going to see a really big jump until we start hitting PlayStation 9, PlayStation 10 type stuff. From here into these next two generations, I don't think we're going to get a jump like we've seen in the long. Because I think right now, like, games look amazing. Games look amazing right now. But that wow factor, I think the wow factor is going where your jaw drop and be like, God damn, that looks amazing.
To counter what you're saying, Big Money, not to cut you off, to counter what you're saying, it is going to be there, bro, but it's not going to be into the graphic fidelity. Even though that's what you're saying, but that dropping wow factor is going to be there with frames, attention to detail, lighting,
the animation,
the animations. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be the small, intricate details that a lot of people look past. You feel what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you, we're going to get that jaw-dropping wow factor with The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah,
I know I've already received it. Watching that trailer in 4K, seeing the facial animations and the attention to detail.
I understand the frame rates and stuff. You know that when you first seen the video for the PlayStation 3, the first game you seen when they showed at that E3, from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3. That's why I was saying. That's why I tried to keep out like the gameplay, the frame rate, all that aside. I know that's going to get better, but that wow factor, far as making these games lifelike, where you cannot.
There's only so much that I can perceive of. You see what I'm saying? That's even with movies nowadays. For instance, Final Fantasy Advent Children. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's an anime CGI movie about Final Fantasy, right? Final Fantasy VII surpassed that. Okay, and then of course we got other movies like Beowulf and stuff like that. So I don't think there's much more we can receive from the graphic fidelity. You see what I'm saying? Upon the wow factor. Because again, like you were saying, bro, back then it was different. You see what I'm saying? Like technology is a motherfucker now, right? Upon what it's able to do. You got TVs out there that can seriously make your fucking eyes bleed. I've woken up from a nap and I'm looking at my TV, and of course, 10,000 nits HDR. It's got the full compatible HDR, and I'm squinting my eyes because that motherfucker is damn near making my shit bleed because it's so bad.
Yeah, but this. I think I was listening to this one dev this one time. He said this is the topographics I'm talking about. I know you're gonna be like, God, yeah, that's gonna take a long time. The topographics I'm talking about. Have you seen the last? It can be any one of the Jurassic Park movies. He said that they have the technology, but it's not worth Sony and Microsoft them time, because he said he said they can get to graphics like that. That's what I'm talking about. Where you like, fuck, that's lifelike. Said that they have the technology, but it's not feasible right now. He said if they would make a console like that, it would cost $30,000 retail. He said we can get to that point right now. Like we're getting the best of what we can get as far as we've seen the greatest anime ever. Like you just said with the Final Fantasy stuff. He said we have the technology where they can produce graphics the same par as one of the Jurassic Park movies. The technology is there. It's just not, it's not feasible.
Yeah, that's what feasible to put in a fucking box, because them computers, man, them shits are again generating.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. He said if they had the type of technology to get it in a box like that, it would cost $20,000-$30,000 retail. That's why I said if Sony stuck with the number PlayStation 5, 6, we're looking at something like PlayStation 10, PlayStation 12. He said these next what's named are going to be the same. Like I like baseball. Like it look real as fuck right now. I play my baseball game. It look real as fuck now. About those are the type of graphics I'm talking about. I know it's a long way away, but I'm just saying, like graphics, as far as we know them right now, they've reached the pinnacle. We can't even go over that. But those are the type of graphics I'm talking about. He's talking about we have the technology to move to movie Jurassic Park stuff, but it's not feasible for companies like Sony to put it into a little box. Like I understand what you're saying. Oh, that's the type of wow factor I'm talking about. Though that's a long way away. But like I now,
want to butt in here. Joystick said something earlier when you guys were talking, and I mean I think what he said was really spot on. I'm trying to find it. I think I can remember what he was saying. Joystick said something about you got developers up here making games for 8 or more systems, and will continue to do so next gen. When you do that, you can't really max out the systems that you really, will push the limits. And they know that. They're 100% aware of that. And they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? EA does not give a fuck. They're going to still put Madden on the current generation systems.
They'll put it on Stadia.
Yeah. I don't think they need to do that. If you want what you're asking for, you don't got to wait until PS9 or PS10 or 12. No, you don't. Mark Cerny literally broke it down months ago You don't have to wait. Because they're going to change the way that they're making games. And when they change the way that they're making games, you're not getting the same type of games you were getting last gen. That's what makes this generation different from next gen. Now, of course, for the resolution, it's going to be evolving over time, just like this gen. Think about this generation. We started out, the majority of the games in the beginning, they were either 1080p, or on Xbox, they were 720p or 900p. We ended this generation off with checkerboard 4K and native 4K on consoles, as well as HDR, and one of the systems has VR support. If it's one thing I know about PlayStation, they're always evolving. The PSP never had a camera, but they released the camera towards the end of the lifespan. You see what I'm saying? That right there is evolving, and it's one thing that I can trust Sony to do compared to Microsoft. We know that they have 8K in the pipeline. Again, PlayStation is future-proof. Did we go into this generation think they really were going to pull back out the PlayStation Move controllers so they can make a VR headset? Did anybody really think they were going to do that? And then look at the competitor. Look at the competitor. What did the competitor do? Oh, yeah, we don't want to go to the future with VR. Nah. Here's some old games. Go play these old games. This is what we want to give you.
The PR was the market's not big enough for it yet or something?
Yeah. Now they control that market. It was big enough. You just didn't want to fight for it because you thought it was a losing battle. That's just the whole message I'm sending. Me personally, not the Legion. This is JayTech sending this message. PlayStation didn't give up last gen. That's why they kicked Xbox 360's ass. Xbox One did not have to give up. They did not have to give up this gen. Why is it all right to have this new story for this generation leading into next gen is that, hey, Xbox gave up, bro. Yeah, they had a bad launch. It's all right. Maybe next time. No. You didn't have to wait until next time. You had 4 additional years of this gen. What made you think you needed to wait until next time? A generation is anywhere between 7 to 8 years. This holiday season will be roughly around 8 years these systems came out. So why, in the midway point, why did you give up? Why do you start putting all your games on another platform? Why do you stop making good quality IPs? Why did you do that? No one told you had to. What happened in the beginning should not have defined the rest of this generation for Xbox. And I know I'm a PlayStation fan, but I love competition. I really do. Last gen was amazing. PlayStation beat them? Yes, they did. But as far as the competition going back and forth, you ain't going to see anything like that anymore because Microsoft doesn't want to try. If you did see any little back and forth, we just saw it over the last 3 months. Outside of that, every time, we just talked about it with Spartan, every time Microsoft says something, PlayStation really trumped them. The next thing will probably be backwards compatibility, which I think PlayStation's holding in their back pocket. Don't quote me, though. I don't know if they're going to do every generation, but a lot of people thinking they're not gonna worry about backwards compatibility. PlayStation is. They listen to their fans. That's what makes them different than Xbox. Everything that they fucked up on this gen, they tried to fucking do better. The name change was late. I know it was, but they listened and they got it done. So, yeah,
I'm just glad that they're not making it a priority like Microsoft is. Microsoft is making that a selling point. Sony is not making that a selling point. Sony is telling you, hey, it's going to be there. Our selling point is we're going to give you great games, new games, big sequels. That's our selling point. That's what I like about Sony. The selling point for Microsoft right now, compatibility. Out now, and like I said before, I'm not gonna lie. I do like power. I'm a graphics slut out here. I'm just real slutty out in these streets for the graphics.
That don't sound right, but continue.
The games matter. Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though, bro. I agree with you, and they should have shown off better graphics because they had the 12 teraflops. one thing I heard today, and I think everybody in the chat, thank you guys for support. Six Humor, thank you for the shout out, and I think somebody else shouted me out on Twitter. I want to thank you guys. Don't be afraid to do that shit. We have great gaming discussions here. Everybody walk away from this Sunday show thinking about this. It was a fact that Mark Cerny and PlayStation made sure that the development kits were in the hands of all developers way earlier than Xbox had their development kits. So of course they were going to have their games looking better, because developers had more time.
Yeah, I remember when developers were saying that they were still waiting to get their hands on the Xbox Series X.
Exactly. What's weird about this, Big Money, and you should know this from anybody else, when they show off a console or new hardware, what are you supposed to do next? You're supposed to give out the price, right?
Yeah.
When you show off the new console, what are you also supposed to do? You're already supposed to have shown the consumer the games. So if you were going to show off the Xbox Series X in December of 2019, you should have showed them the games months earlier, but you didn't. You're doing it in a reverse because you felt that was going to be a big enough message to say, hey, Xbox people, hey, PlayStation people, hey, we started the gen off early. But you really didn't. All you did was show the box and the controller. You showed a cinematic of Hellblade 2, and that's it. You didn't really show any real next-generation game running on the hardware, because the hardware was not in the hands of the developers. And I've been saying that since the beginning of this fucking year. I knew it. True Witty, I see you with the $5 super chat. Let me hit you up with that. Look at last gen. Look at this gen. That is why I love Sony. Xbox gave up and Sony didn't, because it's not a system seller. A new game, or I hate Xbox direction. Yeah, I mean, you need new games to sell. You need new games to sell the system. And I'm going to be honest, man. I think that whoever's running the Xbox crew at the beginning of this gen, and whoever's continued been running, all of them need to be fired. They need new blood. I don't care about the age. I just think that whatever they're doing right now, it's not going to help them in the future. This strategy, we're moving into next generation. You mean to tell me you tried the same type of strategy at an Inside Xbox in 2020 that you might have tried months earlier, the previous year? Like, you didn't change the way that you're talking about your system. It's basically like a mid-gen refresh again. It's nothing different. You talk the same way about the Xbox One X. Xbox One X was going to make your Xbox One games look better. And it was going to make your Xbox 360 and original Xbox games look better. Now you're telling us the same thing. Well, if you get the Xbox Series X, it's going to make your Xbox One X enhanced games look better, as well as your Xbox One games, as well as your Xbox 360 games, as well as your original Xbox games. So, are we just buying their new hardware just so we can make older games look good until they figure out how to put out a new game that people can actually enjoy? I mean, I know you were late acquiring these studios, but you were late making sure you had games already in production for next gen. So, you showed off the system, but you didn't have developers working on new IPs for the launch of your system. How does that work?
Go ahead, Yellow. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, even Phil Spencer himself now has said, or whoever said on the Xbox side, that some games may not be ready to launch with the Xbox One Series X or the Xbox Series X. So I'm over here like, so does that mean it's going to hinder the launch lineup? Or are they going to have no games at launch?
I don't think they should have said anything about backwards compatibility.
Bam, you know what they're counting on? They're counting on Halo to carry them. The next Halo Infinite. They're counting on that to carry them for the first 2 years of Xbox Series X existence. I'm telling you, they're betting. They might have one new IP. They might have one new IP, not on launch, but within the launch window. So that's between when it comes out in the first 3 to 6 months. But I'm telling you, the first 2 years, they're depending on Halo to carry them this whole first 2 years. You know what? I'm so glad we talk about this all the time with the management, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't understand. You are a multi-billion-dollar company going into your 4th console, and you said to yourself in the boardroom, "Guess what, y'all? You need some studios on your 4th console. You just realized you needed studios. That means that everybody needs to go. They need to wipe that out." Me personally, man, I really think after the debacle of the Xbox One, it looked like they were giving up. It looked like they really was getting out of the console game. I thought they were getting out the console game. I thought they was like, fuck it, we're gonna make video games and that's it. I thought they was gonna be another Sega. I think what's the name? Talked the board of directors. Talked them into they reinvested in themselves.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it was really strategic. You know, I mean, Netflix worked out for Netflix, so they thought that they could make something similar. I mean, it was a slow rollout, but Game Pass is their bread and butter now. The sad thing is you can't ever expect their gamers to buy a game for a full price. So, look. I agree, man. They should have cleaned house instead of begging whoever that guy was to retransform Xbox or whatever we're using. They should have fired Phil. They should have fired Aaron. Major Nelson should have got fired. Everybody that has been out in front of the camera, they should have been fired. A lot of the people behind the camera, they should have been fired. They should have tried to reinvent the Xbox brand, not the system that was already failing. You should have jumped out of this generation early, similar to what Nintendo did, maybe 2 different generations, and try to reinvent the brand before you come out with a new console. I remember PlayStation was going to continue with the system that they built with Nintendo, but they didn't feel that was right. They scrapped it, if anybody knows about gaming history. And then they said, you know what, fuck this. We want to do something ourselves. We don't want to carry on what we were working on with them. We're going to do our own PlayStation. We're going to do it our way. We're going to have our type of games. And they were very successful. I mean, it would have been a big L for the fanboys. But would you rather them take the L by leaving and changing who they are for the better? Or would you rather them continue to take L's going into next generation where they take another L? We want them to stop taking L's. Even over here at PlayStation, it's embarrassing. We want them to be good. Because when they're good, PlayStation is better. Now we got Nintendo and PlayStation giving gamers what they want. Games.
And that's the way that it should always fucking be.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Burp, man.
Man, what's up with your family? Talk to you in a minute.
What's up, big buddy? How you doing, buddy? How you doing, homie?
Fine, brother. How you doing up there in Canada?
Keep it chill, bro. Keep it chill.
It's really sad, man. I think that, and I think even Fatal will agree, bro. Microsoft should have bowed out this gen. You know, at the midway point where it looked like they were giving up, that's when they should have left, and for the next 4 years, plan out how they can launch this Xbox Series X and make it different. Instead of announcing every E3 or every event that you're acquiring studios, you should have been doing that behind the scene after you have left the generation. Make it a big surprise when you come back on stage for the next generation. Hey, we have this studio. Hey, we've been working with this person. Like, how big of a surprise was it that PlayStation was working with Epic for the new engine? That was a big surprise to a lot of gamers. Not the industry veterans.
That was a typical thing because the Epic engine is so fucking vastly popular.
I agree. But I was surprised because I know that engine and I know they would normally show it off using
wait. How? That is not even the thing because Epic has always been with Microsoft, bro. There's only a few games like Fortnite, Paragon, and a few games Sony been working on with Epic Games. So that was a tech demo. You never see Epic marking anything game related with PlayStation because Fortnite Because they're marketing.
But what better way to show off the new engine though? Fucking on a more powerful fucking piece of hardware.
But they have the Xbox.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
And
I'm sure Xbox is going to have its moment too as well when it comes to Epic, but Sony just got their first dibs on it first.
Oh, okay, but yeah, I wouldn't say because
you missed the talking point before you came in. It's pretty obvious that they did not give their dev kits to developers before Sony did.
No,
that's why we got to see it.
Definitely not.
So
definitely not.
I think it was really stupid for you to show off your console and give, whether it's the fanboys, veteran gamers like me and you, the gaming industry, the leakers, the insiders, you gave everybody this impression that, oh, you're showing off the console, well, that means the devs had the technology. They have the dev kit. And everybody kept wondering, where are the pictures from the dev kit? We had all these leaked images from the PS5 dev kit months earlier. We had the concept art for the PS5 dev kit. We was like, okay, well, if Xbox showed their system, they must have the dev kits out in the hands of the developers. No, they didn't. If you want to know why you haven't saw real next-generation games or games that push the limit, that's why.
Devs don't have dev kits, man. Yep.
They're late. Game development is not something that takes fucking 1 month. You need that game development kit for next gen at least a year or two in advance. I don't know how long the PS5 dev kits have been out there, but we've been hearing this shit since last year that some devs had their kits. That's what really matters. PlayStation did this dumb shit with the PS1, if you guys remember. They were running around in Japan and Europe, making sure they can communicate with these different developers, making sure that they had a PS1 dev kit so they could put out a game when the system was launching. Mark Cerny was running around doing the same thing, not only making sure that they had games ready for the system, but making sure that these different developers that are not owned by Sony first-party studios, the Sony first-party umbrella, made sure that these third-party developers had the skills to put games out in a timely fashion for this new hardware. That's the difference. That's the difference between Sony and PlayStation. They are for real about this shit. Microsoft is leisurely, just casually walking through into next generation, thinking everything's going to be all right if they continue to do the same thing that they did this gen. It's not.
You know what's worrying me, JayTech, about design of the Xbox Series X? Oh, like you said, we've seen the dev for the Sony PS5, right? And that thing got too many vents on it. And then you look at the Series X, and that got all that fucking power. I really hope whatever cooling system that they have in that fucking thing really works. Because by the design, the way it looks, I really hope they don't have another red ring of death type thing going on, man.
They learn from their mistakes.
Sony ain't a dumbass.
They've learned from their mistakes. I say that firsthand.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen again.
But the Xbox One X, bro, like I said, me personally, they don't have nothing to offer me as a consumer, but I do give them A for credit and A in that category for fucking designing that console. As powerful as that thing was, that bitch was damn near whisper quiet, and you didn't have to worry about that thing heating up.
Yeah, if it's one thing we know, that the Series X, yeah, we know that shit could be quiet and it won't heat. And Cerny, sorry, I'm calling him Sony. Cerny talked about it in the event, a couple months ago, that they got a technique to make sure that shit is quiet and it's pretty cool. So I believe him, man. I mean, again, they listen to all our complaints. You know.
I hope so, because my motherfucking PlayStation Pro, god damn, that motherfucker. Like,
big money.
That bitch starts screaming when I play Warzone.
Big money.
Boy, this motherfucker is loud.
Big money. Why does it seem like when you speak about Sony, you like, I hope this, like Sony have to do this, some expectation, like they're doing catching up. Why do I get that vibe for you? Because the only thing they have to fix is the cooling solution. Like, I hope Sony this, I hope Sony that.
No, you got that. Tim, you got that mixed up. I was talking about the Xbox at first.
I know what you.
I wasn't talking about the Sony. But I was talking about what Sony was. Hope they got the noise problem fixed because of the PS4 Pro was loud. But
definitely
I was talking about at first that the dev kit. You see see the dev kit for the PlayStation 5 had a lot of vents on it. When you look like at the Xbox Series X, it's only got that one vent at the top. I hope that doesn't overheat with all that power that it has. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we gotta wait till we see the system and stuff because, to be honest with you, they don't always tell the whole story because the PS2 had vents and it could get hot as well. The only system that really didn't was PS3 and PS1. So it's like
I'm not saying that the PS5 is going to get hot.
I'm saying we have to see first because sometimes the shell doesn't always tell the whole story. How it looks, like how much vents in it. That's how they designed the Xbox One X. That's why I was quiet.
I hope so. I'm just saying, like, look at the PS5. It got a lot of vents on it.
Yeah,
how powerful it is. I only see one vent on the Xbox Series X. It's small, but I'm just.
I don't think you got nothing to worry about, but it's human nature to worry. When you care about it, it is human nature. But I think that you can relax. You can eat some marshmallows and drink some hot chocolate and relax, man.
This nigga's still alive, bro. Like, fuck.
Eat the cat food, then?
Eat the cat food too, man. We got some of that too.
Okay.
We got a lot of cat food, man. We gotta be doing a giveaway for cat food on Thursday. Nah, bro. I mean, they listen. Look. The shit we talk about here, a lot of other people have made known to them. Why do you think Mark Cerny spent so much time talking about the cooling, talking about the fan? Like, they listen to us. They know these complaints. Not only people in a smaller section of the gaming community talked about it. We have people in a bigger section of the gaming community, game developers, gaming personalities. A lot of people have talked about the fan and the heating. This is something they know they needed to fix. And he said that we working on it. We got that shit under control next gen.
That's not the only thing he said. He also said, if anything, for variable clocks. That, and I said this last stream, that they will decrease, the clocks will go down automatically on its own by 2% to cause a 10% reduction in heat.
So why do you think they are not showing off the console yet?
Fork and knife, man.
Because they have yet to finalize what that console is going to look like.
They walking through the crowd like he's fucking Batman. Fucking Adam.
That's why they haven't shown you the console yet, because they've yet to they've yet to finalize the clock speeds and what they're going to go for.
I think they're going to go for more clocks, bro. I'll be honest with you, bro.
And they are. I can tell you that with absolute certainty.
No, I think it's going to go higher.
No. I'm telling you right now. I spoke to someone yesterday about this. He mentioned to me. I just said right now. And they're literally trying. Herman has asked. He's working with Sony, asking if they can even go higher, and they said yes, we can. And they're trying.
Oh.
What?
What you mentioned, the clock speeds.
Oh.
They want to go higher than what they can right now, in which they can.
Yeah, but he said the chip logic will
fail. That's why you're not going to see the console until July.
Okay, we're going to hold you to that one.
Well, I swear if it does, I made a bet with Persona that they're going to show the console.
They're going to do a console teardown in July.
You know what? The only thing that's it's not worried. The next thing I want to see is pricing. I want to see the pricing for both of these consoles. I'm hearing the rumor is $499 for both, and I'm just waiting on the price.
400, 450.
I do not think that system's gonna be $400 for the shit we about to get. I'm sorry.
The PS5?
Yeah. I mean, they can take the loss. Don't get me wrong, they can take the loss. But I'm okay paying $500 for that shit, bro. I'm okay.
Me too. I'm okay paying $500.
I'll tell you that right now.
Cause you know what you getting, bro. We got 2 PlayStation consoles that were $400 each, bro. I'm cool paying $500, bro. I know what we're getting.
Say this, Jay, I'm just gonna say this right now. One of the big factors of that console is indeed the controller. Apparently, that controller presumably costs $200.
What? What the fuck is in it?
Wait, which one? DualSense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta talk. What the fuck is in that damn controller?
What the fuck? So how much? How much
Is it a screen on it or something? Like, what's going on?
It's to do with the haptics. It's also the case where when Steam was releasing that Steam box thing, they were doing something similar. But the thing is, they end up taking it out of the Steam controller because of those haptic feedback aspects being too much money.
Adam, are you saying it's costing Sony $200 to make, or are you saying it's going to retail for
theoretically, that's what that controller is. I don't know. I don't think they will sell that controller at that price. Obviously not. But yes, that is expensive.
There's no way in hell that they can sell a controller at that price if it's going to be just a standard controller. And the reason I'm saying this is the reason I'm saying this because I own the actual the competitive controller. It's $200. Okay, so even with the features that are applied to this Astro controller, with the dual switching in the modules, trigger stops, and all that other shit. Now, if it has features like of that nature, I get it. I mean, you can't even. No, there's no way in hell that thing's fucking $200.
Yeah, I can't see.
Well, I mean, the haptic feedback I can understand, but like, come on, man, for real.
What the fuck is $200? Like, I want to know,
I think Adam talking about the cost, but I don't think it will cost us that at retail.
It's not going to cost you $200. I don't think they'll sell it at $200.
No, I'm saying, what was in it? But that cost them that much? Like,
it's the haptics.
The haptics cost that much?
Yeah.
Bro, if that's the case,
that shit's gonna change a lot, though, Spartan, because we talking about a lot of gamers this gen have been getting modified controllers off the bat anyway. And how much did that shit cost? That shit's like upwards of 150. 160.
That's 152 plus.
How much was your controller? Yellow?
It was 200.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I think Adam might have a point, and this theory that I have, in that dream I told you about, that I had a dream, it was a month ago, that I saw the back of the controller and it had buttons. I'm not saying that it's true. We probably don't got buttons on the back of that shit, but I'm just saying.
It's funny that you say that, JayTech, given the fact that there was a patent that came out from Sony just a couple of days ago showing.
I know, man.
The circle and the X button at the back.
Yellow, you was there when I told you about the dream, right? During the live stream?
I don't recall.
Somebody was here, and I said I had a dream and they had back buttons.
I thought I'll say this to well, Jay. You know the teas that we got from Friday?
Yeah.
People were wondering if it's black or white.
It's white.
It's white.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
It's white.
I looked at it in 4K. It's just real dark, but it's white.
Presumably, the top part of that control that's white, it has a snap-on, snap-off feature where you can literally, it's like a face plate. You can literally snap off and put it on.
Nah, bro.
So they're pretty much, hold on. Wait,
it has a face plate, so it can be black?
Nah, this nigga lying, bro.
Listen, so pretty much. Listen, if that's true, it's going to be the same feature that Scuff did with their Scuff Vantage controller.
Exactly.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna go get a picture of the controller on screen. I'm not saying you're lying because you are. I'm just saying I'm excited.
It's like I posted up earlier on today. No one will take recognition of it.
All I want to say this is all I want to say, bro. What are you eating? Please, we need to know.
Chicken, man.
Chicken. Pork and knife, man.
I'm eating chicken, bro. I'm eating some peas, bro. I'm eating roast dinner right now,
Adam.
Motherfucking bro.
Hold on. Fork and knife?
Fork and knife, bro. Yeah, bro. Fork and knife.
I fucking told you. Every time this nigga's in the podcast on Sunday, that nigga got a fork and knife in there, bro.
We do the podcast when we eat, bro. Right? You know what I mean?
Nah, motherfucker. It's like 3:22 over this bitch.
Yeah, let's go again, Jay.
Okay, Adam, can I ask you a question? I got the three native pictures. They're both all of them are in 4K. So should I look at the one that zoomed in on the left side? Should I look at the one when it was laying down, or should I look at the one that faced me? Because I want
to really.
Huh?
Look at the one that's at the angle, Jay.
That teaser alone showcased that controller white and black, and people were like wondering, "Oh, it's black or it's white?" It's like, no, it's both.
I think you're fucking right.
It's also
shit.
It makes complete fucking sense.
This is an interesting rumor about how the console's supposed to look for the PS5.
Oh, I already heard that one. It's supposed to look like your hairline. It's kind of round.
No, twice as thick as the PlayStation 4 Pro? I can believe that.
That's illegal. No, I can believe that shit, though.
Yeah, because look how big that fucking...
PS5, man. 2 booty cheeks, bro. There you go, JayTech, man. Fuck.
2 booty cheeks?
You're right. Yeah, man.
Okay, you know what? I think Adam has a point because what you see what it looks like on the side.
Yeah, there is a part that kind of. I'm not completely saying
it does look like it could snap off.
Don't do it. Many a time.
No, seriously though.
Not believing in Adam. No.
You can say that. Listen. You can say that, bro. But think about it. The Scuff Vantage controller has faceplates, right? My Astro C40 has a removable faceplate, even though they haven't brought any out. So it's coming to the factor of, again, look at Microsoft's fucking control labs, right? You can get customized controllers. So the customization is at an all-time high. And I used to do this shit way before this shit became popular, because when I worked at GameStop, people would trade their fucking 360 controllers in, and I would ask my manager, hey, do you mind if I take the controller home and swap the faceplates? I don't care. And what the fuck did I do? I started modifying and making my own custom. So I can say,
again, like, I'm not confirming it completely that it's going to be fucking true, but like it can be done.
Yes, I can definitely see it happening. Yep.
You know,
I just want some of the food you're eating. I don't really care about the other stuff.
It's also like I said, I was going to say to you, Jay. Spoke yesterday, bro, and I got a few deets on like certain things. And it was the case of like how many teams some of these studios having within PlayStation, which is very interesting to find out. It's also the case that
are we talking about rotation teams, or are we talking about like launching at the same exact time?
I'm talking about what I posted up just a few minutes ago.
Let me go look on Twitter.
I am actually talking about Resistance.
Oh,
being a brand new, again, from the ground up.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you have in a Resistance game? Don't play with me, man.
They are actually. I can say this right now. From talking to my mate yesterday, who actually knows a few things beyond the like sort of the doors or whatever it means. I said,
hey, Adam, you gonna have 3D, you know, this motherfucker.
I asked him, don't fuck with me. Is that true? And he goes, yes. And the reason why, he literally told me, one of the things that kind of got me to the sense of believing it was the people that they've gone that have come back to Insomniac and been rehired who worked on Resistance.
Are you saying it's a reboot, Adam?
It's a complete reboot, yes.
Yeah, it would have to be. It would definitely have to be.
Yeah. It's also because if you have to go in Insomniac.
Now I might actually give a shit about the franchise.
This is free was good, man. I wouldn't want to read it. I like it
right now, man. If you go onto their page, Insomniac's page, and you look at the free games that they are always talking about is Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank, and Resistance. Why? Because all three of those teams in circulation are working on them. Ratchet and Clank's gonna be the first, Resistance might be the second, and then Spider-Man will be the third.
That makes sense. That'll be a 3-game rotation within a generation. That is powerful. But if anybody could do it, it would have to be Insomniac. Because they're
free team.
Yep.
Gorilla. Definitely excited for the new Ratchet and Clank. Don't give a fuck about Spider-Man, though.
I'm saying it right now. Insomniac got 3 teams.
What about Nat? Adam, what about Nat? Yeah, they ain't no
I'd rather play Knack. I'd rather play that than play Spider-Man.
You know,
I'll fuck with Knack, man. I'll fuck with Knack.
I'll say this, man. That big money.
Yeah.
When it comes to Japan studios, they've been very quiet, and they've got 6 teams at Japan studio, and they haven't really done a lot of work this whole generation. They haven't done a lot of they've been doing side work with other studios, and it's like. It's wondering that aspect. It's also the case, by the way, and I mentioned this to Briggy, there is rumors going around that PlayStation are opening up either a Seattle or Vancouver studio.
That's Vancouver, bro.
Which is going to be led up by ex-Visceral game dev who are also being hired by loads of different who are being hired within different studios of PlayStation. Needless to say, and I said this to Briggs, PlayStation are currently working with EA to bring back a series known as Dead Space.
Hey, Adam,
yeah, that
really,
game look like that never they put up Dead Space.
Wait, they're bringing back that shit?
Adam is going crazy,
off.
bro. Adam is going crazy.
Hold on, y'all. Super chat. True really said, Adam, don't play with me. Love resistance.
I'm not playing with him.
I always thought that they topped the series off at part 2. I played part 3. I liked the campaign. I did not like the multiplayer, and it died. The
I didn't like the multiplayer,
really,
but
really
the campaign was off the chain, man.
Yes, it
I
was. And I love that you could play it in co-op. It was amazing playing that game in co-op. It was really, really good. Yeah, I think that Adam is right. Obviously, you know, after the ending of part 3, you're gonna have to reboot this franchise. You're just gonna have to. It's been gone for a whole generation. That's the only thing you can do at this point.
So it was so calm, but you know.
Well, yeah.
Well, see, that's another thing. One thing I was thinking is Sony won't go into this gen doing what we already pretty much got on them about. I mean, I don't think a lot of people don't like it, but we do understand that they make a lot of single-player games. I definitely
there was a rumor.
The showing is going to be co-op, single-player, and multiplayer games.
There was a rumor that Sony has 2 classic PS1 games they're bringing back.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I had the same thing. Fail. I know which one of.
This the generation.
Let it be Light of the Dragon.
I believe Ape Escape is going to come back.
I can tell you right now.
I think Ape Escape will. Ape Escape deserves to come back, dude.
I can tell you right now. Fatal. One of them is Souls Reaver.
No, they're not.
Legacy of King.
Legacy of King. Yeah, I heard about that one. I heard about Legacy of King. Yeah, and I'm fine with that.
Yo, Adam
totally okay with that.
Adam fucking up, bro. Adam fucking up over here.
Hey, dude, like I was in the chat room with you, Jay, and like, literally I was quiet for dormant like for a long time. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I was like, we first just randomly just started talking about some guy reacting to Sony's talk, which a few people were posting up on Twitter. Then we went from the reveal event. We were talking about individual studios, aspects of those individual studios. We're talking about like the aspects of Ryan, Mark Cerny, and
Kevin Ryan.
Let's go ahead, Herman Holst. Normally not being as cocky and bullish and confident. They're not the sort of people that do that sort of shit. But looking at how they've been acting recently, kind of gives off a vibe that they are very happy with what they've got in the pipeline of PlayStation, which is great.
It's a difference between cockiness and confidence, and Sony always had both. But I think now, like how they market PlayStation,
I'm bullish though. One of those guys, like Sony's a bit of like a shy, enclosed. He's got what? He's got OCD or something. Like he's
a perfectionist.
He knows he's smart, but he also doesn't play it off to be like "fuck you, I'm smart" sort of thing. He's like he does what he does and goes off stage. And then with Herman, because him being like obviously Dutch in a sense, it's not in his sort of nature to be like that. Really, like he's the kind of guy that's like concentrates on his own thing and then shows it off and lets that do the talking, which is great. Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean,
I'm sorry. Hey, I'm finna get up out of here, man. I'll see y'all at the event.
Okay.
Here, Jay, hey, Sick, I seen that interview you did with Hip Hop Gamer, bro. That was a good interview. I like that interview. Yo, love you, everybody. I love. Hey, chat. Make sure y'all be here next week or come back to the reveal. When is that? JayTech, the reveal. When is that?
Thursday at 4 o'clock. We're gonna start 30 minutes early. So we're gonna be.
Hey, make sure y'all be here, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here, man. I love y'all. I'm out.
Okay, man.
Peace there, buddy.
Yeah, Adam, I don't think that Sony's going to go into next gen with nothing but single player. We might see a majority of single player, but I do believe, like what we've heard about Horizon 2, more games will have a single player or a multiplayer element. Again, this is something that they did a lot last year.
Oh, for co-op.
Yeah,
basically.
they did that a lot last year with almost every last one of their games had multiplayer element.
Yeah, we talked about this. Me and my Joey, we talked about this about the aspects of PlayStation taking chances, and we like in the different spectrums of like genre based, but also just in general. And we spoke about like which theoretical games took like what theoretical game took the biggest chance, and like I listed them off, and he goes, "Fine, if the one game you didn't mention," I went, "Which one was that?" And one of the biggest chances that PlayStation took this whole generation was the most successful one, and that was God of War. Huge, humongous chance that they took on that game because of what that game was initially and what they turned it into. And they literally made a character from the PS2 era, which was kind of relevant, took him, brought him to the PS4, and made it extremely relevant. Like that, everyone knows who Kratos is now. It's like, holy crap.
But that was coming off of a failed risk with the Sega Smoothen project, right?
Exactly, yeah. And you can also say the same thing within the confines of Death Stranding. That was also another one where, again, massive risk. But then again, Sony knew they weren't giving it, like, Sony literally gave Kojima everything he needed and not thinking that they were going to turn a profit. They literally were like, they gave him everything knowing that, like, they weren't giving a crap about the profit aspects. But, you know, from this week, he has turned a profit via, you know, covering the cost of development. And also the case where funding his next project, which is amazing. That's what you want as a dev. So, yeah. And I think, was it PlayStation X or PlayStation X devs or what it's called there? It's like the extended or the expansive dev team that work with different like studios within PlayStation to help them out on general aspects. You know, were a part of that, as well as like Quantic Dreams before they left, which... I mean, them leaving that was kind of a blessing in a sense, because like PlayStation just don't need them anymore. They really don't.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think that they did what they could do with the type of games that they wanted to put out, and I think that those type of games will always, you know, be needed. But with the shit that was going down with the public relations with their studio, I'm glad they cut them loose. You know, they needed to cut them loose.
Oh, Quantic Dream?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They could go.
Because if they would have kept them, and as you see, Sony is a target with the Naughty Dog shit, they would have ended up bringing that story back out, and it would have ended up tarnishing Sony's PlayStation reputation. And I think they knew that shit was on the rise.
David Cage has made it evident that, like, apparently he didn't like working with Sony because, like, he thought that they were... put him under a spotlight or like keeping tabs on him, but it's like the reason why they were doing that was because they were giving you a shit ton of money. Of course they're gonna fucking put tabs on you. You know what I mean? You're using their resources and money, which without PlayStation, he wouldn't have been able to make games like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. Needs to say how much money Beyond Two Souls was, because he actually asked Sony to hire Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe, like well-known actors and actresses, you know, which were paid on movie contracts. So we're talking like 20 to 30 odd million. That's fucking bonkers.
You're telling me he's that egotistical where he thinks he doesn't have to meet
Did those games make the
deadlines?
money back immediately?
He's like the French version of Kojima, but like worse.
Illegal.
But dude, he doesn't have nearly that cachet to back it up like that.
No,
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. It sounds like a carbon copy of Cliffy B.
I mean, yeah, Sam was going to tell you that, man. Like last night when I came back in, what you were talking to Somatic yesterday, that Resistance is definitely returning, and it makes again like I looked off when I spoke to my mate Joey about this. I went actually during the time it was like look up this dev, look up this. I know like I looked at certain devs right that went from Insomniac to other studios back to Insomniac, and the same thing applies to like Guerrilla Games, right? People that went from Guerrilla to working on Rainbow Six Siege have gone back to Guerrilla. Why? Because they have mobile teams now. That studio, Guerrilla, is got 600 employees. 600.
No, stop fucking playing with me, bro. Like this Resistance.
And no, I'm not. Dude, I am not fucking playing with you. I am not. And the funny thing is that I was like, holy shit. And I asked, because again, like with Naughty Dog, right? people got to come to these conclusions right now. Naughty Dog right now, they haven't even got 250 employees anymore. They are lower than they're literally near, I think it's like near 200 employees. Like, that, they need to bolster that studio, or again, because they got a new studio, in 2010, I think it was, they got a new studio which they now call the Kennel. I feel like Naughty Dog definitely need to take a step back and bolster their numbers in employees, and like ones that are going to be there, because there has been some dodgy shit over the past few years with Naughty Dog, with Amy Hennig, with Bruce Straley, which, by the way, Amy Hennig, I think she left because, I was mentioning this, her, Bruce, people within Naughty Dog kind of were not playing ball with her in the sense where they were picking on her. Also the case where apparently Bruce Straley did presumably assaulted a person at Naughty Dog and was told to leave. I don't know if that's true or not, but
that's bullshit.
What's going on. Again, he left anyway. And look at, Neil Druckmann, all the other people, which, again, they're all great people. Of course they are. They know they're great at what they do, but they just haven't got the staff. They just haven't. They're working on contract workers, which isn't recommended for,
I'm telling y'all, bro, y'all think I'll just be saying it. I told y'all, Guerrilla Games is really Sony's best studio, and y'all really going to start seeing. Like, I'm telling y'all.
Santa Monica, same as well, man. Santa Monica, like the next ones, and Insomniac, and Sucker Punch.
Don't forget Old Faithful Sucker Punch.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all made better games than Naughty Dog.
That's the thing. Like, you can have 16 studios over at Xbox, but how many of them are good?
I can, because it's funny, because everyone talks about how Xbox have got some of their studios have got 3 teams of that, right? But they are not the size of what some of the Sony's are, right? But for instance, Guerrilla have 3 studios, right, or 3 teams. Insomniac have 3 teams. Sucker Punch have 2 teams. Santa Monica have 2 teams, right?
Naughty Dog has 1. 2. They have 2.
I have a question, Adam. You know the Daryl Cobb studio? Why wasn't that under Naughty Dog? Why did they put that under the Sony San Diego studio branch?
Sorry, say that again?
The Daryl Cobb Head studio, whatever they're going to call it when they eventually unveil it, it's under the Sony San Diego studio umbrella. Why wasn't that released under Naughty Dog, since he came from The Last of Us, basically?
I don't know. I still wonder that. I really do. It's crazy. I do wonder that. It's like I mentioned earlier on, Sony are looking to open up a studio in Vancouver or Seattle. It's yet to be, again, they don't, it's one of those 2. But again, it's another studio that theoretically, basically Sony, it sounds like Sony are wanting to build a few more studios. Build them, not buy them. Build them from the ground up. And I mentioned, when Visceral Games went under, right, and people started leaving, people were coming from Visceral going to Sony studios to get hired. And there was a reason for that. And, seeing, EA probably have tabs on those people, and some of those people, right? I don't know which studios they are in, but they're in the first party studios, and it was the case of like I mentioned earlier on, there was rumbles or rumors that Dead Space, EA are working with Sony to revive that game. Which, if that is to be true, that will be a definite game changer for PlayStation, 100%. Because imagine if Dead Space was on PlayStation only, and people are how the fuck they get that? You have to ask EA that.
I can see that the capital, the momentum that PlayStation still has at this very moment, heading into Thursday. Not even at the end of the year. We're talking about Thursday. Plans have been in effect. Alliances have already been made. Bro, it's going to be a wild ride, man. I'm telling you, man. Xbox, they made it seem publicly that they started off first, but in reality, they didn't. Just because you showed a system don't mean you started the shit first. And people are slowly but surely finding this out.
It depends. People need to understand this as well, right? Is that even if you have the numbers or the power or the money, right, that doesn't necessarily mean that is going to be backed up by, you doing good things, right? I mentioned this to you before, Jay. Someone could have I don't know, 20 megapixel camera and I have a 10. I can make pictures better than that person can because I know how to utilize that compared to this person with that 20 megapixel. It's also the case of like I saw Sakura mention about FIFA 3 making amazing games. Like they have got a big studio, yes, but the thing is that doesn't mean shit. Like the talent is the thing that's going to be driving that force every fucking time. And we all know from Xbox's stance right now, based on like for instance the initiative, right? Take them for instance, right? They've been buying loads of talent left, right, and center. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be making astonishing games. It just means that you've got some aspects of talent, or you have the spine, the backbone of making a game. You still need to prove that that whole team can work in tandem to make whatever it is.
Like you said before, Adam.
It's like
down to it's the developers, bro. That's
exactly, bro. And like
have they been tested?
I would say this as well, right? Because I don't like bash. I don't want to bash. This is not a sense of me bashing them, but Cyberpunk 2077, CD Projekt Red, right? That game's gonna be really good. But if anyone thinks that game is going to run smooth in the sense, I can tell you right now, in the current generation, it's going to run like ass.
Oh, I know that. I already
that is
know
going
that.
to be that game is going to run like ass on current gen. Like even on a Pro and an X, it's going to run like it's going to somewhat run like ass. And it's like that is for next gen. That is for next gen. But yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if that game got reviewed via PC only. Because that's what I think CD Projekt will do.
They can't pull that off.
Well, not a whole lot, Sam. People will review it for Xbox and PlayStation because you have publications that obviously review that sort of
That'd be some crazy censorship right there.
Yeah, exactly. But I can tell you right now, man, like that game will get praised in certain ways, but the performance, I hope that they're able to fix it because they've been vocal about the performance of that game. Like they know it's not. Like they're trying to get it down so that it's okay, and they're just molding it, waiting because I think I watched it the other night, right? The E3 2018 demo that they had behind closed doors. Look at the first parts of that game when he exits the complex, or the character V exits the complex, and how many pedestrians are on that street. Shit that's moving around. That all accumulates to how that game's going to perform. If that is how that game's going to be, imagine it, bro. Like, fuck. It's crazy.
Now, you might be better off waiting for next gen for that, but just to clarify, when you were talking about Naughty Dog employees, you're talking about permanent employees, right?
Yes, because because they were hiring contractors. We saw the job listings for the past few years, like contract workers. And I was like, that's great for people that are coming out of university in the US or abroad, like that are wanting that first experience, and they would gobble that shit up. But do you want contract workers making a series or a title like that? No. You want people that have been there for what, like 3 or 4 years, maybe 5, working on that game. It's what it is. Like they've been like I've said this numerous times, Sam, that like Naughty Dog, when they first were making the first Uncharted game, they were losing more people than they were hiring. And everyone wants to shrug that shit off as if it wasn't fucking true. And I was like, no, it is. Go and watch the fucking 20th anniversary documentary on Naughty Dog. It's there. All the proof is right there. Go ahead. It's crazy, man. Whether you fucking like it or not, bro. Like, the Almighty God, I agree with him on the Gorilla. Like Gorilla, I feel like people are going to start to slowly. I think some people have already started to understand that Gorilla, Santa Monica, Insomniac, and even Sucker Punch are going to be those guys that are surpassing him in a sense. Like, don't get me wrong, Naughty Dog Naughty Dog are amazing at storytelling. They are amazing at what they are able to grind out from that studio. But there are people that are catching up with them on those things. And one thing I will say, right, that kind of Naughty Dog can learn from the studios around them, as well as vice versa, is is the gameplay elements, the gunplay. They've yet, I'm not saying it's terrible, right, the gunplay in their game, but I would say the gameplay is kind of average nowadays.
Even when they said the jump button, I'll see Sony sending out like a Corey Bola retweeted and says, "So what you trying to say?" He was joking, but I know he was probably dead as like you saying like a jump button is something new. Because
exactly.
you have that already.
You know, proning, jump button, like everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's a brand new thing." It's like that thing's been fucking. Like that.
We saw it in Metal Gear Solid 3 with shooting from your back. We've seen that shit before.
Exactly, bro. It's been around for a long time, and like some people just don't want to give credit to like maybe some third-party games that are like that have done this before. It's like
the thing that Naughty Dog does is they polish better than anybody else. So they definitely are not innovative in terms of gameplay or mechanics.
Yeah, it's also says that Naughty Dog they rely on that storytelling ability a lot, and they're fucking good at it. They're good.
I mean, I think the main reason, obviously, why we're gonna have these features that obviously should have been in part 1 is because you can do more with this engine. And again, you have a smaller character, like they explained. She's smaller, she can move faster. So this stuff makes sense. You know, Joel probably could never fucking do none of this shit. Dude,
like, Joel does jump in the game. There's a few times where Joel does jump, but it's not like an automatic jump. Like you can press X and jump. Like,
but you can't expect Joel to make the type of jumps that Ellie was making in the gameplay. Like he would have failed.
After Tess's death, that was running away.
Said you died or something.
You would have fell off already.
There was that scene after when Tess sacrifices herself, doesn't she? Right, you got the stairs with Ellie, and you go into that little boardroom that you make a jump before you get the rifle. That's
from one building to the next. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, like it's like but like that's not again. Like I'm not bashing Naughty Dog. It's just again like there are like I think people tend to like shy away from them because again they are good at what they do. Like there's no avoiding that sort of thing. But yeah, like I think they do. I think they just need to. I do think they just need to. They do need to hire more people because if you've got studios like I said with Guerrilla, Insomniac, and Sucker Punch having more numbers in their studios than what Naughty Dog do, and looking at Naughty Dog how good their games have been over the recent years. It's just like you would think that that wouldn't be the case, but it is. It's like fuck. All right, get some shit together. You know what I mean? Get your shit together. Anyway,
question: if they show Horizon Zero Dawn 2, right?
Horizon 2, yeah.
On Thursday, do you think that people will really be looking like at The Last of Us like the Holy Grail, like they want to?
I don't think they will anymore.
I don't think they do anymore regardless. I think they look at Horizon Zero Dawn as more of a benchmark now. Because, Naughty Dog used to think that. Now you have Guerrilla Games really setting a benchmark with looks. Even I still think out of all the studios that did games so far, I still think out of God of War, Days Gone, Horizon Zero Dawn, Ghost of Tsushima, even in looks, I think right now Guerrilla Games did the best job with this PlayStation 4.
Exactly.
When it comes to looks and gameplay.
Big Money was talking about. I think Big Money was talking about the power of the Series X earlier on, and I was listening, and I was like, the funny thing is, I think a lot of Xbox fans think this is the case, but the 12.3 teraflops they actually theoretically have, they've got to understand this. By the way, that console is not going to be using that to its fullest capability ever in that console cycle. They're going to probably be using roughly around 11.5, maybe. They're not going to be using the whole 12. I can tell you that much. Like that is literally like so. Basically, in the case where PlayStation's 10.3 is like, and them using 11 point whatever 11.3, 11.5. That's what you're looking at. Like PlayStation is going to be using that whole 10.3 as much as they can. They are focused. Like Sony, I think, has said like that's his main focus. He wants that to be the main cap. But the thing is, PlayStation are having that variable aspect, so it's like it helps. I think it helps the aspect of bottlenecking. I think. It's also the case of I see a lot of people kind of when I see people talk about RDNA 2, right, and then some people say with some RDNA 3, and then Xbox fans say keep dreaming. RDNA 3, keep dreaming. It's like
I believe it.
But the thing is, it's actually true. It's RDNA 3 features. That's why Sony says RDNA 2 custom or RDNA architecture as a whole. because you've got 1, 2, and partial aspects or features of 3. But the thing is, I don't know why he doesn't just flex on them and go, fuck it.
Because that's not his style.
Exactly. It's not his style. And it's crazy. And also, like, what PlayStation are doing within their console, they're theoretically, because they're partnered with AMD as well as Thingy, they are theoretically, PlayStation are helping AMD, right, future-proof their next lineup of hardware by, like, testing out certain things. And if that works out to be, you know, good in their minds of AMD, they will then use that for their next hardware for PCs.
That's what he said for the DOV. He said they're working on things because they will help AMD with their roadmap for backwards compatibility as well. So he said if it works out, you'll see them in cards. And if we bring something to AMD where we feel like da-da-da-da, then it would just be for us. But I believe the RDNA 3 thing would be more things that's found in PS5 that was going to go to PC cards.
Because I remember seeing a couple of people like PC, like I think like PC devs. I remember seeing it on Twitter. It was after the Unreal Engine 5 demo showcase. They actually mentioned RDNA 3, and there are people saying, "Oh bullshit!" It's like, no, there was RDNA 3 factors within that demo. That if you know these, again, if you are a dev, you know, sort of can apply to these sort of things. Which me personally, I didn't, because I was like, damn, the global illumination, the what's it called again? The graphite or whatever it's called, I forgot now. Nanite. Yeah, exactly. It's again like that was all good, but like the whole RDNA 3 aspects within that demo were actually there, and they were showcased. But again, it wasn't the case of going, hey, RDNA 3's in this. It's like, no, they're just like, don't worry, you'll find out later on. You know, yeah. I mean, it's also the case, by the way, like Unreal Engine is used for films and TV series. Most recent one being Mandalorian. They used Unreal Engine. I think Jon Favreau brought on Unreal and Epic very early on because of how they filmed that whole show. It wasn't the case they went to sets to film these things. They filmed it in an enclosed space with, I think it was like a 310 degree LED screen, right, which would cover a certain radius, and basically would film these shots, whether it's in a shuttle, whether it's in the desert areas. It was all within this confines. It was amazing. I think if you've got Disney Plus, it's called Disney Galleries, and it's episode 4, and they literally showcase all this. And this kind of abides to what you saw in Unreal Engine 5's tech demo, because it says film quality geometry. You know,
they have the geometry engine on the like those for primitive status.
Yeah, man. I think it's interesting. I mean, it's also the case.
This shit definitely not gonna be $399 though.
Just hell no, and I'm okay with that, man. I'm okay. I mean, look, I want Sony to do good because they have a cheap console, but nah, bro. This is not a fucking $400 system.
On my bracket, we're in the dollar cent. This is American dollars. Well, I've been told it could be either $400 or $450.
$450.
I think Sony, based on this whole generation, they've been profiting from the PS4 since the get-go. They have rarely diminished their pricing of their consoles, including the Pro, as of yet. They've increased their profits exponentially over the years. Also, this is covering their services as well as their software, which, by the way, we all know PlayStation exclusive games have sold tremendously well over the 10 million mark, most of them. So if they were wanting to take, let's just say, maybe like a $30 to $20 loss, they would gladly do that, because it would only, I think they'll only be taking a loss for like maybe a year and a half to 2 years. And then, if they're doing that, like by the time you get to that second year where theoretically Microsoft are going to start like budging the Series X as what it should fucking be, PlayStation's going to be well ahead. I mean, everyone should know this. The first 10 million wins the console generation. But, that's in the confines of if Xbox are like only 5 million in the sales and they're 10. Like if that happens, Sony have won. They've won the generation already. But if they're like 8 to 10 million, then it's not like that. You know, it's very. I mean, obviously, the only time the only time where that didn't comply was with the 360 and the PS3 era, where PlayStation did eventually come back, and that was because of what they were able to do. Yeah, you know. I've seen a lot of people talk about knack too, like knack. I'm one of the people that like. I've seen a lot of people joke about that, but I would love to see knack 3 just drop. I would love to see knack 3. I mean, you know, you already done the first 2. Crazy. But yeah, I spoke extensively with my mate Jody. Normally he only invites me in if there's a reason. And after when he gave that invite yesterday, I was like, he probably want to talk to me about the video that I posted up on a new link yesterday, and we spoke about the event, what I was wanting to expect. And I didn't know. My expectations were very low. I don't expect, but I'm just like, whatever it could be. But after speaking to him, just like, it may not be all happening in this event, but the future of PlayStation is looking very fucking good.
Question: do you know what RDNA 3 features are supposed to be in there?
Oh God, not off the back of my hand, no. We spoke about it yesterday, but like it wasn't the sense of like the features of RDNA 3. It was the senses of it was a case of like the techniques that they were using, because we're talking about it via the Unreal Engine, which is interesting. Because like, you know, the whole ray tracing situation, which I know Xbox fans are like, they're very verbal about the whole ray tracing thing, right? Well, obviously, Sony are not using Direct 12X, whatever it is, right? They're not using that. They're using their own like version in a sense. Well, obviously not DirectX. It's like their own version of it, which theoretically is. It's the case of their ray tracing it's the point of incorporation into games is going to be more easier for devs, and it makes that kind of applies like in tandem with what Sony's trying to do with that console, right? Because as we see, like they are wanting to like Sony wants this console to be easy on the devs, right? He wants them to be able to cut out certain aspects within development where like it's as easy as taking a puzzle piece and putting it into the slot and just not write other things, which is amazing. I think
that's impossible as a console.
Yeah, I know that. But you know, that's what he wants to try and do. But again, he's just minimalizing or minimal, like bringing that minimal aspects to games. It's like Unreal Engine, right? You know, you can literally take assets from ZBrush and put them in the thing, but like initially you would have to take like 4 or 5 assets, going from the most highest of quality, then dumbing them down, and then literally adding these things in bit by bit into the game. Whereas with Unreal Engine, it's minimal, like it's trying to minimize that aspect and like allow you to, I think, not the sense where it's just one asset, but more like 2 or 3, which still is a good thing. You know, because I mean, artists when artists are making things in games, they want to be able to like draw this thing and be able to grab that whatever it is car and literally put that into the game without having to do another something odd assets. You know, that's why you see like they do like the sort of structure, and then they go afterwards and they sort of do like textures afterwards, like texture cubes. So like, you know, you have different sort of cubes or like sort of spheres with different textures of how it will look on whatever surface it is. What's this 1 minute? Adam, who's coming close to them? I haven't seen a game that's compared like close to Last of Us Part 2. You tell me what game was doing. I mean, my answer to that is like a game that's compared or close to Last of Us Part 2. Like, are you asking what visuals? You know, general development? I like to know. I mean, visuals, I mean, they're really good at what they do, but then again, you can say the same thing about Dismember Engine with Death Stranding. That game was phenomenal. Like, that game was great looking. I would say roughly around the same sort of aspect as Last of Us. So, yeah, like, I would like to know that. I mean, like I said, me personally, when it comes to, like, Naughty Dog, I'm not saying they're bad. Like, I'm saying that my thing was that their gameplay, elements of gameplay within like Naughty Dog, it's not as revolutionized as what it is.
So I mean, they're outdated.
Yeah, it's a little bit outdated. Yeah, I mean, listen, listen. One thing I definitely will say right now is that animation game is fucking on point. We saw it in the state of play. Like, that animation in that game looks so damn good. But then it's also the case with God of War, the animation in God of War, and also Horizon Zero Dawn. Think about all the pieces and parts that are on, like, the Thunderjaw, or the Bellowback, or the Stormbird. Like, think about how long that all takes for someone to make. You know? You have to appreciate that. Not in the sense of visuals, but in the sense of the skeleton of what's going on.
You know what? You know they get a big pass for, Adam, in a lot of their games? Their AI really sucks. And you're going to compare that to Horizon Zero Dawn. That AI was exceptional for the way that game looked.
AI sucks?
The Naughty Dog games.
Illegal.
Yeah. Oh. But now, I mean, with that said, Sam, would you say, I mean, based on what we've seen, because, you know, it looks to be that they have improved it with Lost Us Part 2. Would you say that now?
Well, I haven't played it. We got to play it.
Yeah, of course. But, like, I mean, just based on the videos, the way they've gone by the aspects of, like, the AIs reference each other by name, the aspects that if you kill a person in that game, if you kill, like, an enemy in that game, right, the enemies are not going to be like what you used to have in, like, Metal Gear Solid, right, where they have synchronized rotations of where they go around the map. They will adapt to Ellie, and they will change up the way they go around the map, which is, if that is to be true and that is consistent, that is a very good, like, they've done a good job on that.
No, that's crazy. Guerrilla already did this shit, bro. Like,
yeah, they did, yes.
And Naughty Dog is the
Horizon Zero Dawn was exceptional.
But do you think that the reason why that, like, Naughty Dog are doing this with obviously Horizon Zero Dawn 2 was because the First Party Studios, conversations between Neil Druckmann and Herman were a thing. You know, they even did that sit down when I think Herman was bringing out Horizon Zero Dawn, and Neil Druckmann literally announced late that year that they were making Lost Us Part 2 and then bringing out Lost Legacy in 2017. So, you know what I mean? Like, these studios, they learn off of each other, and I don't know if they do focus groups still, but they do sort of, like, come together and talk to one another of how they can improve their games. Like I said with Naughty Dog, they're very good at storytelling, which some of the other studios can kind of learn from, and then also Naughty Dog can learn from the gameplay aspects. And they have slowly done that with Naughty Dog. You know, they actually have done, like, some things here and there, like some incorporations. But, you know, when it comes to them trying to innovate it, no, they're more in the sense where, like, we want to innovate. Well, they focus on the innovation of story more than gameplay. I'd like to know, though, man. I mean, who was that, by the way? Game Over? Was it Game Over? Yeah, Game Over HD. Yeah. Again, like, if you're talking about visuals, I mean, they're good at what they do, but, you know, we just spoke just now about the animations and the AI. Like, they do have, like, wrinkles in their development, but that's what I'm saying.
This is called the PlayStation Legion podcast, and we're criticizing a PlayStation studio. You won't find that nowhere else, especially for Xbox.
This thing on Mindless Podcast, man. We speak our minds.
I've told Sam we were supposed to do a special. I think it was last year, like the worst things that Sony did, and I still think getting rid of Evolution was the worst thing, bro. You have a gold mine right there.
Yeah.
The dumbest thing they ever did was get rid of that studio.
Well, that one was one of them, and Zipper Games was one of them.
Zipper.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No, they got rid of Zipper because Zipper fucked up too much. But, like, then you had no studio to make Soul Calm and Mag. So
yeah.
That's what I mean. You could have went around it a different way.
But then remember, I was telling y'all from a while ago. I was telling y'all, yes, I was like, most of the staff from Zippo went to Guerrilla Games anyway, right?
Yeah.
And then right after that, you heard the rumors about Guerrilla Games making a SOCOM game. So I was like,
Yeah.
I remember when I said this to people, and they was like, "You just capping, you just saying that because you're a fanboy." No, I was saying that because I know.
I added on to that. What Adam has said, like they had 3 teams working on shit.
Yeah, it's just funny to me because like I spoke to my mate. I was talking to my mate Jody yesterday. I was like, like I've been hearing a lot about Xbox studios, right, having 3 teams like Obsidian, 2 teams within Playground Games, and I'm just like, PlayStation obviously have the same sort of thing going for themselves, but like with like Naughty Dog, right, they did go to a 2-team basis, but then they went back to a 1 because of they didn't have the resources, they did not have the fucking staff to split into 2. Whereas you look at Guerrilla Games, you look at Santa Monica, where you look at Sucker Punch and Insomniac, they have got those teams, they have got those numbers, and like with Insomniac, they are doing a circulation of like these games where, not saying that you have 3 teams working on 3 different games right now. It's more in the sense of they will circulate bit by bit, so it'll go from one game to another, and it will be the case where it's a very healthy transition from game to game.
I like that because 3 games of Gen, like that's what we need more of. Because you got Rockstar making 1 fucking game on generation. Insomniac made what? Insomniac made since the Overdrive, Ratchet and Clank, and Spider-Man within this whole gen. That's the game.
I think someone pointed this out, which it's pretty clear. The financials within Rockstar between 2023 and 2024, the money that they're looking to use is very big, and everyone's wondering why are they looking to put more like quite a lot of money into those 2 years. Probably because GTA 6 is probably going to be marketed in those 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. We all know it's happening. It's like, yeah.
I mean, it's pretty impressive that Grand Theft Auto 5 has lasted this long and has not, lost its theme, so to speak. Like, people just keep buying it, people keep playing it. I mean, it's a problem, too, because if you're ever wondering why we didn't get Part 6, it's because you motherfuckers never stopped playing Part 5. Why would they give you Part 6 if you guys are still on Part 5 so hard, giving them money every fucking day with the shark cards, and for whatever reason, people keep buying the game, too. I don't know who in the world doesn't have Grand Theft Auto, but for whatever reason, they keep buying that shit that it's like in a top 10 or a top 5 each week. Stop buying the fucking game. Let it die, okay? And you can get Part 6.
Earlier on, Jay, I heard you talking about, what is it? You were talking about, because obviously I was listening to you guys on my phone when I was out, because I was outside playing ball with my dog. We're talking about backwards compatibility, which I find funny because I think someone brought up medium and wait, was it you? No, it wasn't actually. It was MBG. I heard that little bastard talking about it. But again, he was actually not. He was I think you guys were talking about backwards compatibility as well with the Greenberg thing. What I find interesting about their approach with backwards compatibility is that when it comes, again, this is in that same video I posted up on the Discord as well as your thing. The guy mentions about how engineers within games have to somewhat, it's a pain for them to bring a game forward.
True Woody with the $2 super chat. That's why I hate Grand Theft Auto 5 online. People don't stop. Exactly. Look, it's a 2-generation game at this point. It is going to spread into a 3-generation game. That game will greatly be enhanced by the PS5. Don't know what. I mean, I would love to have some of those PC mods because other than that, I don't see what can look different. You know what I'm saying? The game is 2 generations old. I don't know what realism effects they're going to even want to do. I don't know. They gave them the raw game on PC and, they were doing some amazing things with the mods. So, I don't even want to play Grand Theft Auto 5 next gen. I don't. I might own it, but I don't think I want to play it. You know, it's a dated game at this point. I'd probably be better off re-downloading Red Dead Redemption and playing that shit. But yeah, it's crazy. Guys, I wanted to interrupt Adam talking to 800 walls to let you guys know that we are doing the first official giveaway. We're doing it in a more professional way. We're using Nightbot to do it, and nobody has won yet. So I'm just letting you guys know. You can keep on with the numbers, but nobody has won yet.
What's being given away?
I'm doing a $20 PSN card. Ah, shit. 1 second.
I don't know, bro, because the thing is, like, I've been noticing a few things, right? And this is kind of what Jay talks about, the fucking the signs and shit like that. And this goes back to, like, PlayStation bringing back some classic games. I've been seeing it from time to time where I'm trying to grab it. Shu and others within PlayStation have been talking about the legacy of PlayStation. And they've been talking about it, like, they've been popping this like, these tweets out every so often, as if, like, they are doing something. And they're bringing back old, like I mentioned with, like, Soul Reaver, like, maybe making a return, and some others as well. I do wonder if, like, they are doing, like, I think like what they did with the PS4, where they asked fans, like, you know, give us a list of things you would love to see come back, and then Adam Boyes came out that one year with Final Fantasy VII Remake coming back, as well as Last Guardian and...
Backwards compatibility was also on that list.
Sorry?
Backwards compatibility was also on that list.
It was on that list, yes, it was.
And you got PS2 Classics that year.
Yeah. And obviously I've been seeing that people have been talking about that Turkey, like somewhere in Turkey has said like we're going to be getting PS2, 3 and 4 backwards compatibility. I'm like, okay, but I'm not reading too much into that because I'm just waiting like to see what they're doing. But from where I'm standing, I think you guys talked about earlier on, we're not buying these consoles, you know, this $500 or $450, whatever it's going to be, console for an older generation of game, like all games that have been brought forward. I mean, obviously, yes, we want to play some of the games that came out on PS4. Let's be honest, we do. But
okay, I just got an update, Adam, from my boy Jody. He just sent me a text message that the PS5 is going to be $9,000 and 99 cents.
I mean, like...
I am going up to see if anybody won. I don't see that anybody won the number yet. Please, when you're voting for a number, don't do 2 votes. You know, do 1 vote per type. You know, you put in a number, then you do another one. We see that we got like 18 people participating. I want to thank everybody that's doing that. Again, nobody has won so far.
I was going to ask you if it's on a timer. Can't you just stop the giveaway?
Oh, yeah, I can stop the giveaway at any time. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll select somebody if you do
that. He said the PS5 was 9,000.
It'll select somebody if I do that?
Wait, why did you put money in the chat? What numbers in the chat? What was that?
That's the giveaway. They're doing like between 31 and 100.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
One motherfucker almost got the number, man. Off by 1 number.
It didn't the last time when you did the giveaway last time, right? Wasn't it like a question about a fucking game that no one would know
I was going to do a question about what is my favorite snack, but everybody knows gummy bears, so I can't really do that one anymore.
Dude, let's do design the mission.
You asked that, I would have won within a second.
You say what?
If you asked, I would have won within a second, bro. Like,
okay, it seems like somebody fucking got it.
True
Witty got it with the my boy True Witty.
98?
Make your way over to...
Wait, which one?
True Witty got the one. He got that shit. He got it, bro. What was the number? 45.
The fuck was 90?
Bro, you have mad numbers, bro.
I know. True Witty got it, bro. That's what I want to show you guys. What they showing me. My boy True Witty got that shit. So I'm just going. I'm going to the screen to let you know. True Witty won. He got 45.
What up, everybody?
What's going on? True Witty, I need you to send me a DM on Twitter or send me a DM on the PSN, okay? So I can give you your PSN card. And then I'm going to do a giveaway for the second one, and then Sam can do whenever Sam wants to do his 1 year PlayStation Plus, he can do it. The next giveaway I do is probably going to be like $50 to $100. That's only when I get to 9,000 subscribers. But I wanted to do a giveaway before the PS5. I want to do one before the PS5 announcement because, you know, this is big. This is big for all PlayStation gamers. And I'm glad. I'm just really happy that I'll be able to cover it with you guys. I am off that day.
Yeah, you want to start mine, go ahead. Just do another giveaway.
Oh, you want me to roll it again? Okay.
Yeah.
We doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, but this is for the 1 year PS Plus subscription, everybody.
Okay, this will be for the, again, you heard it, 1 year PlayStation Plus subscription. Again, we're evolving, and you guys have supported us for a long time, and now we're giving back, so this is what this is all about, man. You guys have been supporting the fuck out of us. Really. And I know that Adam talks to a wall a lot, and you put up with that, and I want to thank you guys for doing that, too.
Bro says fuck a lot, bro.
So, can I ask y'all a question? What they gonna be? What's Sega gonna talk about?
Hey, Eddie, let me roll this one again. Hold on, let me get up out of here. Guys, what I wanted to do is I wanted to change back. Let me go back to the topic screen. Okay, so Eddie is in here, Sam's in here. Okay, we got those people in here. Anybody that left, I see that we were at 770 viewers. If you left, that's on you because you're about to miss a big giveaway.
Niggas left because then he went.
No, I don't know when they left. They were leaving before I put up this giveaway. So maybe somebody else is live, but you know it is what it is.
Zaire probably. Let me see. Yup, Zaire. So
Zaire's live. Okay.
Yeah, and PlayStation is live.
Now they went to go watch The Illiterate.
Okay, so I am rolling right now. Hold on. Sam, I'm gonna stop that roll. Hold on, guys. I canceled that roll. Sam, can you send me a between number, like between something and 100? Can you just text me that on Snapchat so I can have?
Not bro.
Yeah, I mean it's only like I talk to Sam and I post a fucking picture every now. I mean,
250 to 200 is only 55 viewers.
What?
Where did this
250 to 100.
You said 250 to 100?
No, 50.
50 to 100. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about this, but like, where did this Microsoft Sega thing come from?
I'm gonna tell you because I talked to Jody. Jody is my mate, and I talked to him 5 minutes ago, and he told me that it came from.
There's a bigger chance that Sega would work with fucking PlayStation than fucking Xbox.
Whoa.
Look, bro, every time there's a rumor that PlayStation gonna do something, they switch it and say, well, Xbox is doing it.
Like,
that's your explanation.
Again, like, Sega have worked with Sony for years upon years, like with Persona, which was, what's the people that makes Persona?
Atlas,
there you go. And also Yakuza. They've been with them for fucking years, and you're telling me just recently
guys, can you stop with the numbers? We canceled that. We didn't roll it. We're about to roll it again. So wait until we roll it and do the numbers.
They've been talking about it, Adam. They've been talking about it.
I know they have. An army thing as well.
I mean, that's the big rumor, but I was like, what is the benefit though? Like, games don't sell on Xbox anyway. Like. And I'm talking about Sega games.
I'm looking at that right now. It's like I've been seeing people talking about like what games do you like? What is it like? They bring back the whole. It sounds like to me the reason why they want to do it is because they apparently they're going to hold back with people think that.
Okay, we got a winner.
In Dreamcast.
I know we got a winner.
Nigga, you didn't even say if you rolled it or not.
I did. I just said it, yeah. And I tried to tweet it out again, but so many people were fucking going and shit.
Ronan won the giveaway.
Yeah, Ronan, you got it, bro. That's all you, bro.
You got it? Oh, damn, I'm spent. Which number was it?
It seems like it was 99.
But they've been talking about it. Talking about Xbox got Sega.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
I don't believe it though.
I've heard so much things like
Eddie.
Xbox
The reason why they're saying that is because there's an event on the same day as PlayStation, and it's a Sega event. But it doesn't mean it has anything to do with Xbox.
Yeah. And they saying that
Sega would have to be in a bad position to allow themselves to be acquired by Microsoft, and I don't think they're in that bad of a position. Think of the studios that Microsoft acquired. They have not acquired any big studios.
That's like Xbox fans thinking that Elden's Ring is there's a market that Xbox have got the marketing rights to fucking Elden's Ring. They haven't. So they could show up on was it Thursday?
Okay, so Senju, you gonna have to get in contact with Sam. He'll give you the code. True Witty, you were the winner of the $20 PSN card. You have to get in contact with me so I can hurry up and give you the code, and then I'm gonna roll another $20 PSN card.
I think they might show that game at the PlayStation. I think they will show that at the PlayStation.
I think so myself. I don't. Again, they haven't got marketing rights with fucking Xbox. They only showed themselves there because last year PlayStation weren't there. Like, where else are they going to go? You know what I mean? They could have showed it on their own accord, but like, no, let's show off at like Microsoft maybe. It's like, yeah, go for it. They did Sekiro the following the year before.
Hey, True Witty, are you on Discord or what, man? Where are you at?
Yeah, man.
I need to give you this code before I roll the next one.
I mean, I've seen that. I'm seeing obviously people talk about, like, for instance, you know, people still want that shit. Or PS5 hasn't got smart delivery. No, it doesn't have smart delivery. It's got crossfire. That's what smart delivery is, you numbnuts. Like, I love how Xbox fans are trying to make this smart delivery sound like it's not cross-buy. It's cross-buy. It's literally cross-buy, but the sense of, like, you're not buying it, really. You're getting it for free. So, okay, cool. But again, you're not... It's the same fucking thing. And that's what I mean about this absolute asinine bullshit from Xbox fans. Like, they believe the people that are, you know, that are talking about this console on their own, which they should do, but... Like, when PlayStation announced something that they've been pandering to, like, saying that they haven't got, what's going to happen then? You're going to continue to be like, no, that's not true? Until it's there in front of people, or are you actually going to accept the fact that Xbox and PlayStation are doing similar things? Not all of them, but similar.
They're not going to accept that because they need something to make their.
Hey, True Witty, I don't have a message.
That's what I think about.
You sent me your PSN on Twitter. Okay, I got it.
I see a few people on Twitter say like, "Oh, Xbox fans are toxic." Then people say, "Oh, PlayStation fans are more toxic than PlayStation fans are more toxic than Xbox fans." I'm like, where the fuck do you go? Like,
hold on, Adam. You know who's more toxic? And that's,
I know
that's the PC Master Bait.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The amount of Xbox fans I see in forums basically trying to justify to a PlayStation fan that they should go and buy a Series X over a PS5 because of backwards compatibility and the fact that they've got new studios that are making these.
Hey, True Witty, I'm sending you your PSN card to your DMs on Twitter. So, the message I sent you gave you the card number. So, that's your PSN card. That's $20. Okay, so Senju and True Witty, you guys have already won for today, so please don't go up a number. Okay.
They're supposed to be having 35 PlayStation 5 games this year?
No, Eddie. That's just the magazine. Those are not exclusives. Yeah.
Those
are indie games and third-party games. Those are obvious games.
Yeah.
But at the event, we don't know. At the event, it's probably not going to be those games.
One of the games that, like, I think all those games are like third party. Some of them are like there was like Elder Scrolls and Starfield, which
Starfield.
They're not releasing anytime soon.
That's like 3 years from now.
Starfield comes out first, and then Elder Scrolls won't be coming out until like probably later on in the generation. Like, like final years.
That's stupid. That's not in a PlayStation 6 then. If they do it like that.
Well, again, they did that. So like whether it's Elder Scrolls 6, whatever it's called, that would be like right in this generation. They've already confirmed. They confirmed that when they announced it. It's far away.
Man, that was gonna be a grand.
Oh, I know why they're doing it because you already know. You already know they got a lot of DLCs for the other one. They got a lot of them.
Starfield.
So I'm trying to find out what that game about, dude.
Well, I know one thing is because I think a lot of people don't. Because I think if Snowball was in there, I would talk to her about it. A few of the games that Ubisoft pulled back on, that they delayed. Some of them actually have actually been they've one. Well, let me list off one of them. Watch Dogs Legion is no longer a PS4 title and Xbox One. That's now a next gen title.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Damn. What?
Yeah. Because, because it. But no reason
That's
why.
A good thing, but when were they gonna announce that publicly?
In July, when they do their event.
That's stupid.
They are gonna piss off a couple people. I'll let you know that.
No, they don't piss a lot of people off.
Like, I mean, let's be honest, bro. Like, when you saw that idea, like think about it right now, right? That game's set in London, which again, so well, yes, bits and bobs. But the factor of you can hire any person in that, any AI. Apparently there's like loads of unique AIs in that game, right? Where you can hire any of them. That's a very, very ambitious factor to that game, which I'm like, how would that work?
But okay, Adam, do you understand why I hate Ubisoft? It's very ambitious, but nobody wanted it. Nobody asked for that. Look, let me put it this way. I would have rather them have 100 people doing missions and like a battle royale. But instead of fighting, you're in the same city, like helping to do different things.
We had this discussion before, bro. Like
illegal. That's all.
What they post up recently? What they post up recently? Quoting.
I don't know.
They fucked up if they really did that, bro. Like,
no, because again, like, you guys will understand, right? Recently, they posted up a picture where they sold how many of which games sold over 10 million, and one of the shocking surprises is that Assassin's Creed Unity, the worst, buggy, glitchiest Assassin's Creed game ever, sold over 10 million copies.
Well,
yes.
Same man.
So, like, Ubisoft games like Division 1 and 2 sold over 10 million. Assassin's Creed Unity, Odyssey, Origins, and there was another one that sold over 10 million, sorry. I think it was Rainbow Six, and there was another game that sold over 10 million. Watch Dogs 1 and 2 sold over 10 million.
What?
Yeah.
Watch Dogs 1?
And 2, yeah.
Bullshit.
What? That's bullshit.
Give me a sec.
Was trash.
Yo, give me a sec, man.
Enough idiots that went out there and got it, Eddie. That's what happens.
Watch Dogs 1 was trash.
Yeah, it was, but a lot of people were hyped up to get it.
It was funny. Watch Dogs Legion main selling point was the ray tracing, and I noticed
the graphics.
Yeah, the graphics, and I noticed they made ray tracing a big deal, and even Remedy with Control, they're marketing right now. They said ray tracing for PS5, so I could see why they pushed, Watch Dogs Legion, but why?
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh wait. So they can start the gen. It's not a downgrade. Right.
I posted the picture in the members chat. Those are the games that sold over 10 million.
Let me see.
Okay. Guys, we're gonna end the pot. We're ending this Sunday show in 29 minutes. So when we're about to close out, I'm gonna do the last raffle. If you want to leave, that's all right. If you want to stay for the rest of the conversation, you can.
Oh, that's wow.
We're doing the last PSN card giveaway at the end of the show.
You put it on Discord, Adam?
Yeah, that's where's video links.
I went on Twitter and just typed in Ubisoft 10 million, and like it literally popped up with the picture. But that is I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like this, I know Jay doesn't like them, but they've been killing it this generation when it comes to sales of their games.
Okay, so
go ahead, Ubisoft. Right.
Look, bro, Ubisoft is the French version of Activision and fucking EA at this point. Like, yes, doesn't mean everything they put out is fucking good, but it will sell. I can admit to that. I can admit to that.
Activision, I think, sells more, though.
I think that Watch Dogs Legion what I want in order for me to buy it, it needs a multiplayer mode. I do not want, oh, you get to play 100 people. What? Let me communicate with some other people that are on the same fucking server. That's what I fucking want. You want to go ambitious? Really go ambitious. You know?
They're going to do that. They're going to do it. You already know.
I want to wait. I don't want to hear from you. I want to hear from them, and I want to see. So in July, I'll be watching Watch Dogs Legion to see if it does that. Because Ubisoft is, bro, they just like everybody else at this point. They lie, bro. And you figure this out late after you already paid the money.
Yeah, that isn't too online, literally. So when you start that game, you're building up your crew. You can literally see an old lady walk past you and fucking recruit her to your crew, presumably.
And I think that's illegal.
And again, like, there's
that's illegal.
I don't think that's true, bro.
Adam, guess what?
Can't do shit.
Guess what everybody want Ubisoft to do a remaster of Future Soldier.
Future Soldier.
What the hell is that?
Yeah. Ghost
Yeah, I think me and Fatal said this shit, like Ghost Recon. They need to go back to like Warfire or Future Soldier, because
that was the best ones.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the best one. Boy.
I gotta say, over this generation, I find it extremely funny that there are a lot of linear franchise titles that have like slowly kind of broken out the linear aspect and tried to go into open world. One of them being like Naughty Dog games. They've gone from a very linear game to like things like Lost Legacy and Last of Us Part 2, where it's still theoretically linear, but the way you approach the game is a sense of, you know, semi-open world. Well, not semi-open world. God of War same. God of War is a semi-open world game, but like it's somewhat, you know the aspect of it being linear. Yeah.
They want to change it up.
Dude, man, like, this is what I mean, bro. Like, you know, yeah.
I'm surprised they ain't put spinning sales up yet.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's the two. Well, Prince of Persia and Splinter Cell are the main two games that people are wanting you to go for. Same thing with EA. People want to see Mass Effect get the remasters, which I think will happen on the 11th of June. They're doing, and I do think that you know, I mentioned about Dead Space earlier on, like presumably bringing that series back with Sony.
Yeah, I hope they show Battlefield 6.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you know you're getting that, Eddie. You're gonna get another Battlefield. I don't know what it's gonna be though.
No, it's good. 6 right now.
Battlefield. They need to do. Yeah, they do need to do a Battlefield company too.
Just off what you're saying here. Hold on, man. It's like, it's funny to me because last year in October, EA were talked about how Battlefield 6 was going to be launching this year.
Yeah.
I think in late April, early May, they then came out with them and saying, we are not bringing out a Battlefield game. We're delaying it until next year for next year.
The focus on Apex. The focus on Apex.
Well, yeah, they are focused on Apex, but then again, like, that's a whole different conversation because presumably EA want to get rid of Respawn Studios, which is the most stupidest fucking thing ever. But,
that's stupid. They're making their money.
What do they want to get rid of?
Well, the thing is, it sounds like it's a similar thing coming from when Bungie were with Activision, where Bungie were very happy with how Forsaken did, but Activision came out and said that they were not happy with the financial aspects with Destiny. Then Bungie came out and said, actually, we are. And I think it was like a couple months afterwards, CNET, I think, or Tencent, gave them a shit ton of money, and they parted ways with Activision. And look at them now. They are now free to play. They are completely sort of rotating to another aspect of how that game's going to play. Needs to say, it sounds like they are teasing the next chapter to Destiny, which not Destiny 3, but within Destiny 2, like a new expansion, which again is great, you know, for Destiny players anyway. I look forward to see what they do, because that game's going to be, I think they're aiming for 60 frames, 4K on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, because they've yet to do it. Yeah, because they've already confirmed that's coming to next-gen platforms, as well as Rainbow Six Siege, I think, is coming. Division 2 is presumably going to be announced for next-gen at Ubisoft in July. And obviously, I think that's it, really. Oh, yeah, and Warzone. Warzone's going to next-gen as well.
I'm looking at this shit. The Division 1 and 2 sold over 10 million.
Yeah.
I do. I'm a big... I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a big advocate of fucking Division 1 and 2 because I started playing Division when it did not have the content that it didn't have the content. But when that game, I think it was roughly entering its first year, that game was so damn good. And I remember seeing loads of people that I knew, but also like the fan base in general, just boost exponentially because of how much clout that game was getting through other people. And like that first game was really good. The second game was good as well. If you've got like a very good group of people that are consistently playing those games and would grind out certain things and like in that sort of manner, you will have a ton of fun. But yeah, like I think Division 2 right now, I've been hearing great things about because they released the New York expansion, which is really good. Yeah. I'll just look at the thing right now.
Yeah, I heard about it. I heard about this. It is good. I bought it too.
You got Unity, Origins, Odyssey. I can understand Origins and Odyssey because that they kind of revamped the AC series of how it played. Like the whole ranking system. Far Cry 4 and 5, I could see, because that's a very well-known series. Ghost Recon Wildlands was a bit of an interesting one to find out. Rainbow Six wasn't. Division 1 and 2, I wasn't surprised about. Watch Dogs, I think both of them really were surprised. They both reached 10 million, especially with what happened with 1. But then also, I mean, 2 was really good, apparently. I never played it, though. But they fixed a lot of problems. But yeah.
What did they fix, bro? That shit was ass, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, Jay, because are you still live?
Yeah, we're still live. 20 more minutes until we leave.
I would drop the news, and I wish Lincoln was here, Lincoln Clay. PlayStation are going to be revealing the PSVR 2 next year.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be too far after. I'm just hoping that they do have backwards compatibility with the VR itself right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there'd be like a plug or you have to buy an adapter, but they need to make sure that everything that the PS4 is compatible. Everything.
Yeah, the next VR system, they are wanting to minimize the wiring, and they're trying to make it wireless.
That's gonna be fucking crazy.
That'd be really good. That'd be really good because that sorts out a lot of problems.
Yeah.
I don't own one, but I know the wiring situation for that goddamn thing, and it's terrible. But it's a good thing. Yeah. It's a good bit of tech.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a true next step right there. Remember that next VR iteration, once the graphics catch up, people are not going to take that shit off. They just won't.
True way, like it is wireless, 100%. Well, it sounds like, sorry, not 100%. It sounds like it's going to be wireless, yes. And again, it makes sense because again, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Sony are talking to Valve again because of Half-Life Alyx, and also the devs at Valve did say that they would love to bring that game to PSVR.
Adam, I'm wondering when we're going to get that Breaking Bad VR experience, because I think the last time it was mentioned was by Sean Layden. They haven't said anything about it since. That's the next big-time killer VR game, whatever you want to call it.
And Horizon Zero Dawn. Remember they said supposed to talk about put Horizon Zero Dawn VR too? Remember that?
How the fuck you gonna do that?
That might just be a special thing like Dracula, but probably won't be the whole game though.
I don't know. That's what they was talking about upon that Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know.
It's kind of like Final Fantasy. It's kind of like Final Fantasy. What is it?
What did you say, Eddie? I couldn't hear you. What happened with Horizon?
Remember when they said they supposed to put VR in Horizon Zero Dawn in VR?
No, I don't remember that.
Adam, we heard about that. Remember?
I remember that, Eddie.
I remember the rumor. I don't remember Sony confirming it.
If it was rumored, then I'm with what Sam just said, which is it's gonna be like a miniature thing, like they do with Final Fantasy, was it 15, whatever it is, and
yeah, it would be like a few missions, but you know.
That shit make me throw up. I can't do it.
I don't know. I mean, I think if we get anything with that, I think we would have got that announcement by now.
Cause you know what I'm saying? That shit would be running away from those robots.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool, but I think if we was going to get a VR announcement for Horizon, we would have got it before they said, hey, we putting Horizon on PC. Don't you think? Like, why would they wait until after they're done with the PS4 to announce a VR Horizon? Now, I don't know what would happen in the future for the PS5 version of the game, possibly, but I think if they really wanted to go forward with that idea, Eddie, they would have announced it already. And I think that they're going to push, they're probably not going to use that idea. Could have been in the works, but I don't think they're going to do it anymore. They got to stay focused on, you know, getting that message out there about the PS5 and whatever they're going to do starting next year. Yeah, it sounds like a great idea. I mean, any game can really work with VR if you make it good. But you already got a VR game, and that is Iron Man. Then you got Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima, and that's it. Then any other little small indie games and multiplats. I mean, you're done. Like, PlayStation is done.
It's funny how inside of Last of Us is on the Wednesday, and then literally that is literally Sony saying we're done with PS4. Like, we have given you the last piece of the PlayStation 4. We are going on to the next day with the PS5. It's like, because I think they say it's an hour long, but it's actually like an hour and 15, hour and 18 minutes. It's like roughly around like an E3 presentation, I think.
That's gonna be fucking crazy. So, Adam, let me ask you a question, man. What are you gonna have to eat?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because it's gonna be around this time. Well, actually, it would have been 44 minutes ago.
It'll be around 9 o'clock. I probably would have eaten by then. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we're starting at 3:30 though. We're starting at 3:30 so we can make sure that we're on time.
I'm trying to keep my expectations low. I really am.
Oh, mine are very low. Mine are very, very low. I heard all the rumors. I heard expectations, but I'm just gonna say, hey, well, we're not getting that. I'm just gonna let everybody know. I'm not worrying about it.
What I've spoken about with you today and also in previous things, it isn't the case that what I've said is going to happen on that day. Like, I'm not saying any of that shit. I think you're down the line, I'm talking about in the aspects of the next few years, you will probably see, I feel like one of the things that I'm expecting to see from that show, at the very least, is Horizon 2 and Ratchet & Clank. That's the one that I feel like are definitely must. They are definitely going to be there. Not Bloodborne. Demon's Souls, there's another one.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
With Blue Point. And I think Call of Duty is going to be there as well, because they normally announce their new game at the end of May, early June. And they have yet to do it. And everyone's wondering, where the fuck is it? It's like, well, they're probably waiting. Because the thing is, it's funny how when they announced the remastered campaign for 2, everyone found out that actually the reason why PlayStation got it a month early was because Sony have actually been helping Activision in making that game, and also the presumable remaster of Modern Warfare 3, let alone, and this is the most interesting thing, they actually gave money to Infinity Ward to upgrade their engine for Modern Warfare 2019 because they were in partnership with Activision and within the teams there, which actually is really, like, hearing this is, I know some people don't care about COD, but the fact that Sony are like notified, like they're noticing that COD sells a shit ton, and it's still just a popular series. They know where to go and put their money. And if Call of Duty, I mean, they'll have marketing deal or the marketing for that next game, but like, as we've seen over the course of the years with Call of Duty, it's not like we get it's not like ages ago when we got DLCs. Was it a month or a few weeks earlier? Like all the DLCs released in tandem. But PlayStation do get like those starter packs for Warzone if you're a Plus member and shit like that. So it's like that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't show some new IPs to Am?
I think there'll be some new IP. There'll be a new IP in some factor. Yeah, I don't know that show though. I feel like what I've been told, speaking to a few people about, it kind of sounds like they know what they're wanting to do. Like somebody said, like they wanted new IPs, but the thing is, theoretically, Horizon 2 is still a fresh IP. So that's still considered a new IP in a sense, even though it's a sequel. Same thing with Spider-Man or like, not Ratchet and Clank, 'cause that's been around for a long time. But
you got Ghost, you got Death Stranding. They've done a good job of supporting your intellectual properties.
Yeah, I've never understood that critique that PlayStation doesn't have new games, man. That's all they have.
Is a new intellectual property. That's another one.
Exactly. I say this right now. I mean, I don't know when this Resistance. I don't know. I do not know when this Resistance reboot is going to be mentioned or spoke about. But the fact that they're actually like, yeah, we're doing this. I'm like,
all they need is a fucking title.
They don't.
Or a logo.
No, all they need to do, bro, is literally show off a silhouette of the Chimera skull, and they're fucking Gucci.
Yeah. Exactly, you know how many people are gonna be hyped for that?
Yeah, bro. That was the shit. I mean, look at the response of God of War this gen versus God of War 3 last gen. People were hyped, but look at how many people went out and supported the game after being hyped. That's the difference. You know, people really supported the games this generation. We went out and brought them.
But you know the difference why? Because it wasn't that many this gen compared to last gen.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So what they could get, so they could buy and get it. That's why Nintendo games sell, because they don't have shit else. Remember, PlayStation has more third party. Even though they have exclusives, they have a lot of third parties. So their games never really sold that much because most of their exclusives was third party games. Yeah. Even though they have their first party shit. So that's just how it is.
The thing that's exciting about that show on Thursday is the fact that like they touted it to be an hour long, right? But it's actually over an hour. It's also the case that they're not showing the console. They're not talking about the price. They're not talking about features like they would do at an E3. This is literally strictly games. So think about what they can theoretically show and do. It's like there's a lot that they can do within an hour. I mean, how long was that Xbox thing? What, 20 odd minutes? Yeah. And they showed like 15 games or something like that?
Yeah. Wow, that felt longer. Was it really
4 games, bro?
Yeah, was it really?
They did show, because some of them was just teasers, and it was a lot of games they showed. They did show.
They didn't really show too much game.
But they didn't show like a lot of gameplay. But they didn't show games.
I said this to Briggy, and this is what they wanted to do on that Thursday event. Their main goal is to show what the PS5 can do. And they will show gameplay. They will show teasers. But again, the main aspect is game. They are wanting to showcase what this fucking thing can do. It's not going to be like what you saw on Xbox, where they talk about teasers and show that like proof like the whole fucking aspect. They are going to be showing gameplay for these games. And they're going to be showing what this game, this console can do. And that's what you want from a PS5 perspective. You don't want them to come out and be like, here's a trailer of this game, here's some snippets of presumable gameplay, and it's just like, cool. I mean, it's great if they do that, but it's also the case that, they will flex some points where they're like, here's some gameplay, like actual gameplay. Like, kind of what you got with Rise of Zero Dawn in 2015, when they did the trailer, and they went from the trailer, literally transitioned from the trailer to gameplay seamlessly.
What game was that? God of War. Right.
Yeah. Okay. 2015, when she was fighting the Thunderjaw, and she took out the grazers. Like that was from trailer to gameplay, and you thought. Well, I remember when I saw that, it was like it panned out on Aloy, and that was it. I was like, okay, that's a pretty cool teaser. It's like, nope, we're not done yet. Here's gameplay.
And she was on a rock, yeah, and you just see her walk to her right. I'm like, oh shit, it's a game. And when I saw Guerrilla Games, I'm like, oh shit.
I like that they've learned, like more and more developers underneath the Sony umbrella have learned that technique of smooth transition from gameplay to cutscenes. Because since they already have that skill, they already know how to do that. It's gonna make the games better next gen. Because we're gonna be looking at games on Thursday, and we're gonna think it's cinematics, or we're gonna think it's, you know, like I said, cutscene or whatever, and it's gonna be all real. You know.
The thing is, didn't we see recently someone say that Gissima or Gorilla were gonna be pushing the benchmark or something like that?
I don't know if I saw that, but somebody probably did say something like that.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like, look at Gorilla.
Bro, if Gorilla is really gonna be up to doing something, I mean, I think they're in a three-year cycle, right? The last game was 3 years ago.
Yeah. Gorilla Games working. Gorilla Games working.
When was Horizon? Horizon was 2017, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Just
well, they would be ready for something new.
Yeah, like I said, it was Gorilla. It says Gorilla Games working with industry benchmark graphics.
Wow. Guys, we're almost at the last 5 minutes of the show. So once we're exactly at the last 5 minutes, I'm gonna put out the raffle for the next PSN card, and then we are all gonna get the fuck out of here. This is gonna be the longest fucking week ever.
Right. Adam, I have a question though. It's funny, they want to show the PlayStation 5 could show the games, but not the system. I'm like,
yeah, I think you spoke about this earlier on about like the whole that again, like it sounds because again, this is one of the things I talked to my mate about yesterday. They basically are trying, like, they know they can boost the frequency and they can like increase it. They know they can increase it. And Herman's asked this, and he's working with Sony and also some of the people that are the architects of the console, like how much they can go before, like, we are talking about, like, where like heating situations of that where they don't want to like go too crazy, where that can form somewhat of a factor. So like, but they. Yeah,
what are we talking about them increasing, and will it be a permanent number, or will it still fluctuate?
It will be.
What is this? What are you guys talking about?
Frequency boost.
Boost.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically, the specs will not be finalized as we saw.
Yeah. It sounds. Yeah. That's, like I said.
That's big. That's big because a lot of fanboys are teasing people because of certain specs they have. That would be big if they could push it. That would be pretty fucking big.
Exactly. They could show off the console because theoretically, when they're doing they're adjusting these frequencies. This is not the sense of adding another part onto this machine. It's internal, like it's within the engineering of this hardware. So they probably have the thing is they probably have got the final design. Like they could probably slap off a picture of a concept of it. But the thing is, they probably want to do what they did at E3 2013 and come out and just go, "Hey guys, look, here's the box."
Okay, guys, we're at the last 5 minutes. We're gonna spit out this last raffle. So Cindy and True Witty were the winners, so they're not voting anymore. But everybody else, you guys have fun with that. I want to say thank you to all the people that have been supporting up until this moment. You guys have been awesome. Again, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button before you leave and push the notification. We will probably be going live one of these days leading into Thursday. But since I have the video editing software on this laptop now and all this other stuff that I needed, I probably will be posting a video or something. I have a teaser video on my on the YouTube channel. It is the first 4K video. So it is confirmed I can start pushing out 4K videos on my YouTube channel. That one was like fucking 9 seconds, so I don't know like if I do a 5-minute or a 10-minute how long it's gonna take. But I'm just letting you guys know I can put out 4K videos. So I'm gonna be doing a questionnaire to see if I do a questionnaire to see how many people want 4K quality videos from my YouTube channel, because if you guys don't want it, I'm not gonna waste the time to render it. I will just continue to do 1080p 60. As we all know, Adam still continuously sucks ass, and yeah, I mean, this is what's going on. So Adam, Thursday, bro, is there any way the Sony can fail? Wall talker.
Did he fall asleep?
Dude, I think he fell asleep.
All right, so I have one. You know, to answer your question, Herman Holst, the first thing he gets up there to talk about is the PC Horizon Zero Dawn thing.
Yeah, that's
so
what. Yeah.
There's a way.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, what's funny is they have not talked about the release date or the price or a pre-order, like more of the pre-order incentives. Rob H, and you have been subscribed to my channel since 2016. I don't know if we normally talk, but I got your number, and you got the number, so you're gonna be getting the second PlayStation Network card. That's gonna be for $20. Find a way to contact me. It's gonna either be on PSN at JaytechTV HD, right, or it's gonna be on Twitter at JaytechTV. So you're gonna have to, follow or send a DM, and I can get you that code. Congratulations to all the winners: Rob H, Senju Ronan, and True Witty. You guys were the 3 winners. 2 of you guys got a $20 PSN card, and I think Senju was the winner of the 1-year PlayStation Plus from Sam. So thank you guys for participating today. Thank you for all the support, all the love. This is a big week for all PlayStation gamers, not just for me, not just for this crew, not just for this channel. We're all celebrating PlayStation this week. So definitely, I'm going to be playing a couple more games. Hopefully we can go team up on some games. I got a lot of multiplayer titles now, thanks to Plus. I'm not going to fucking lie. Thanks to PlayStation Plus. Lots of fucking games on this hard drive.
So what y'all think is going to be on the PlayStation Plus on the PlayStation 5? JayTech?
What you say, Eddie, about the PS5?
What you think they're gonna be on the PlayStation 5 when they start doing a month? Like the PlayStation Plus on the PlayStation 5.
No clue, because we don't know the games. We have to figure that out on Thursday. Once we start seeing the games that are going to be presented, we can make some sort of an idea of what would be given away for PlayStation 5. They probably will be doing generational PlayStation Plus free games, meaning games that are already on the PS4, they will be also given away, and we would have access to those games. It would probably be some sort of an indie game that will be free for PlayStation Plus. It could even be a game like Godfall. It would probably be a smaller game. I think I remember Resogun and this other game that was an indie title. Those were free for PlayStation Plus when the PS4 came out. So I don't expect
anything big. I know that other game you're talking about, man. It's like a third person.
Yeah, it starts with a C.
Yeah, bro. I don't know how I forgot, but Microsoft bought that developer. Those are the guys who made that BioShock ripoff. I forgot the name of that.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, same developer.
Wait, I mean Compulsion?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Compulsion Games.
Yeah, with We Happy Few. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. I'm trying to remember.
Are you trying to tell me you sent me a message on Twitter and PSN already?
Like with the PS5, it sounds like well, I don't know. I think it'll be a good idea if I've mentioned it newest China. I think they will probably do it though. Incorporate Dreams into every PS5.
That would be a nice PlayStation Plus title. That would be.
So when it Plus title, Jay, it will literally be incorporated. It'll be like that Playroom game that you got when you got the PS4. It'll be like that. literally, like you'll well, I guess you would. What's going to start your PlayStation? It'll be there. You can download it.
The power of dreams is absolute, so makes a lot of sense.
Just right now, it's GameFly has scrapped the plans. What's this here? What's this Foxy Games guy say again?
A lot of rumors, man. A lot of rumors.
Well, I mean, he said the most stupidest thing, which is it's not a tower. Yeah, it's not a tower.
We all knew that.
It's not. Yeah, everyone will. I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious, really. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't even know this, but I think we spoke about this. The Silent Hill, what's the name? I think the one of the devs retweeted the PS5 announcement. By the way.
Oh, I saw that.
Contrast. Thank you. That was the name.
Contrast. Yep, there you go. Thanks, man.
What's his name?
Frosty, the knowledge.
Thanks, Frostbite. So Microsoft acquired that studio?
Yeah.
What's the name of that studio?
For you guys, like I had to mention. Compulsion Games.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, let's hope that they can do something with them, man. I just hope people understand it's not on the studio, it's also on the company. If the company is not pushing the studio to do better, the studio is going to stay at the same status. You know, if they've been making nothing but double A indie games or single A indie games, don't expect them to do anything different if Microsoft's not requiring them to do anything different.
Yo, what the fuck, bro? Wait.
What's going on? What you watching over there?
What?
I just remember a game that would evolve the generation. I'm glad to see that. Saw it today. Apparently, Sony's the leaks of Last of Us has not affected the pre-orders. Which, let's be honest, we knew this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew this when I heard about that state of play. I knew that whatever they were gonna show was gonna make everybody say, "Hey, fuck it, I need this game."
Right, we saw it today.
People that are complaining they weren't gonna buy it anyway. So.
Well, the thing is,
they don't even have the system. Most of them.
Right.
Didn't we hear this week that it's surpassed Spider-Man in Europe?
Yeah, Ryan announced it, I think.
There you go. So it's surpassed Spider-Man in Europe, and that was when the UK were with Europe, by the way. That means that, you know, man, that's gonna be a fucking... Yeah, they definitely got some good shit on that.
No, it's funny to me how these fanboy idiots thought they would really make a difference, man. They don't realize how relevant they are.
Well, the thing is that kind of, I'm not gonna lie, the thing that would, I wouldn't say like fuck them over, but like they did the whole thing of like cancel everyone's digital pre-orders, and then literally announce that a couple weeks later that this is the new day. It's like then you have to re-pre-order it. It's like, why didn't you keep the pre-orders if you knew you're gonna like get a day after? You know, send an email to the people saying that we're going to be delivering an update on the dates like next couple of weeks. You know, I never really got that.
Okay, Frostbite has a super chat, €5 super chat. He says, "Do you think we will finally see secret Sony San Diego studio on Thursday?" Ooh,
I think so.
That's
the one I want to know from.
Yeah, I do want to know what the fuck they doing after baseball. You know, yeah.
Well, the rumors are that it's Uncharted.
Oh my god, goobity gig.
Because that guy, the guy who was setting up that studio, Daryl Cobb, he was one of the main developers on The Last of Us, wasn't he, Adam? Like he's pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They gave him his own studio now. You know, I guess they're giving him a chance. They did it on Stig. Hopefully, it doesn't fuck it up like Stig though.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if PlayStation wanted to, some of the people that left PlayStation, that left Naughty Dog, right? I think PlayStation could very much be like, hey, if you come back to PlayStation, but you're not gonna be a part of Naughty Dog. You're gonna be a part of the studio. I think a lot of them will do it.
I feel like I'm being downgraded, bro.
I mean, listen, bro. I feel like Amy Hennig is one of them, bro. After Visceral Games, man, like I thought that was it for her, but then they got fucking clipped. She's now a Bad Robot, I think, which is a film company, which is good for her. I think apparently she's doing a great job over there. But
illegal.
I do feel like I do feel like if PlayStation were to offer a somewhat good sum of money, I think she would definitely come back.
No, please no.
The thing is, Jay, she literally gave you probably one of the best Uncharted games, in my opinion, which is Uncharted.
I think that wherever she is, and I feel that her attitude's fucking been bitter when she fucking left, the way she left, I don't know if she will be able to operate at the level.
The reason why she left was because she didn't want to deal with the bullshit that the people that were in front of her in Naughty Dog.
Okay, and that's why she was bitter. It's just like David Jaffe, bro. David Jaffe is bitter as fuck too.
Here's the thing, though. If you're at a job and you're getting picked on, right? You're not gonna take that shit, are you? You're gonna fucking leave.
I wasn't asking her to stay. I'm just saying I don't want her to return because she's not gonna be productive.
Just looking at her, Neil Druckmann.
I want to announce this is a red alert. Last of Us is now on the Amazon bestsellers for video games. It's at number 5. It is now at number 5.
Nathan Drake.
It's not number 1 because Roblox 800 blocks card is before it. The Xbox $10 PSN, Xbox Live card is before it. It's number 1. So the only things that's before The Last of Us is some cards. So it's the number 1 game. Yep.
Yeah, what's cool again, Sam? The thing is, the thing is with Amy Hennig, right, is that theoretically she is the mother of fucking Nathan Drake. She fucking crafted that character. Right, she did.
So you're telling me she was getting bullied by Neil Druckmann and these geeks? Like, I find that hard to believe. Like, she couldn't be able to, like, stand up for herself.
Well, it wasn't just Neil Druckmann. There was other people. And, again, she probably just got fucking sick and tired of it. And she went, fuck this.
Ooh, Evan Wells is, like, shorter than me, dude. Like, who would she have to deal with that she couldn't handle?
I don't think it was Evan Wells. Evan Wells and Christopher... You know, what's his name? Christopher...
Who are the bullies at Naughty Dog that were picking on Amy Hennig then? Because they're all bullied just looking at them from the studio development thing.
Listen, this is the same thing for me with Bruce Straley, hearing that he apparently sold someone. I've met Bruce Straley. He didn't sound like the guy that would do that to an employee. Not even in the fucking slightest.
Rob H, I'm gonna need you to just send me a message on Twitter or add me on the PSN. I cannot search for Graph. All you have to do is send me your Twitter name or message me on Twitter or message me on a PSN, okay? Just look for JaytechTV. It's not that hard. I have your code, but you have to help me out. I need your name. Nobody else is going to add you and harass you. Don't be afraid. If you want the code so you can have your money on a PSN, let me know your name. Stop telling me that your PSN name starts with Graph. There's a lot of things that start with Graph, and you're not on my list. I'm trying to hurry up and do this so we can end the show, man. We're waiting for you.
10 minutes ago, bro.
Yeah, I know. We were supposed to wait. I was trying to wait for him. I want to give him the code when we're on here. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot how fun this game was, bro.
What game you playing?
Let's roll the 3rd, bro. Shit, crazy, bro. Game is fucking psycho, man. I don't know how the fuck how this game was able to be released. I don't know how. Like,
I'm sorry, but imagine like if Neil Druckmann tried to pick on you. Wouldn't you just like laugh your ass off?
Yeah, like he just looked like a dork, bro. Like
that's what I'm saying, bro. You literally give him a wedgie or something.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like I just think that look, maybe for her career she wanted to leave. She saw other avenues. They ended up as big ass L's. But
hold on. I gotta tell y'all something too.
What is wrong with this dude?
What is wrong with who, Adam? Who are you talking about, Adam?
No, just I get this guy. So Tom Warren from The Verge, senior editor. He basically EA posted something about how basically tomorrow they were committed to celebrate Madden NFL 21, but they basically have now scrapped the plans for the first block of the game. And Google also cancelled its Android event for this week. And he basically went on to say, "I wonder if Sony will go ahead with the PS5 plans."
What do you mean?
What does that have to do with? What does that have to do with the whole protesting aspect? I don't get that. I mean, I understand. Yeah, sorry, I don't get that. Like, it's
Yeah, he's a shit starter, that guy.
Exactly.
What's that dude's name again?
Tom Warren.
Tom. He's
basically an Xbox show who pretends to be independent.
Okay, Rob,
pretty much
I just sent you your PSN code, so it's on you to send your DMs.
Like, I would understand
I just sent you the code.
Like, which was around the protest. Digital show. Like, what is fucking... I won't say he's an idiot, but I'm not. What made that go through your fucking mind?
The thing is, they could be leaving because they know they won't get much hype past Thursday. To be honest, if I was anybody going before PlayStation or after, I would probably not go either. If you're in the gaming aspect,
it's only a sneak peek, and it's also the case of.
Well, isn't Microsoft aren't they?
They're doing the show. Yeah, they're doing a show.
No, but I thought Microsoft was like partnered up with EA for Madden.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so if anything, they probably don't want to show Madden before the PS5 event.
To me, I just read this shit in their statement. They said we stand with our African American / Black community of friends, players, colleagues, and partners. Our immediate attention is on actions. Let me screen. Sorry, let me enlarge this. Drive unjust treatment.
Yeah, I want to read that donation about your foot.
One sec, bias that is played the
I'm gonna read it.
I thought this is only the reason why they said this. Yeah, is because again, like the first thing they say, like they got black players, like black coaches. They got there's a lot of aspects to that, so I'm understanding of that. Anyway, let me go to your thing. What's this here? Truey, I want so Truey with the $5 saying I want Sony to have a full RPG studio, and I want PlayStation Home to come back. I want to see more.
Oh, that's happening, bro. So yeah,
bro, PlayStation Home would be a perfect fit for this generation of microtransactions. I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie, bro. It would have been a perfect fucking fit.
It's coming back, Jay.
I'll believe it when I see it, bro. I've been waiting for that game to come back all gen.
I mean, for me, like I'm just gonna say right now, like PlayStation have, PlayStation have got games with RPG elements. I mean, I don't know how far you want to talk about with the RPG aspects, but they have got RPG games in their confines. Obviously, PlayStation Home, I don't think is going to come back.
Oh, you shut your hole. Shut up.
It's not coming back, bro. And then the last thing being that studio acquisitions, I talked about this earlier on, like, it sounds like Sony are wanting to build studios, then acquire studios.
I'm hearing from Jody. Jody is in my ear right now. I got him on my phone. Jody told me PlayStation All-Stars 2 is coming out. And it's gonna have Yoshida.
How many same games Sony really has, like in a catalog? Like that shit is scary.
Bro, they do. They got a lot of games.
They make everything. You will never go without a game. You'll probably be bankrupt if they really had a game every month. But if they did that, if they had a game every fucking month,
I'm trying to think like the only studios that I can see.
Man, that'd be crazy.
And, the only studios I said that PlayStation could theoretically acquire: Bluepoint, How Smart, Hello Games. That's it.
Oh my god!
You really think so? That's it? Sony has money, bro. I'm telling you, they got that influence.
They got money. Yeah, they got money, but the thing is, like, From Software will never happen. That won't happen.
There's look. I do agree it will never happen, but people believe it will happen because they do have a relationship.
It could be one of.
They do have a relationship.
Because they're owned already by a company.
Well, I want them to bring back Soulcom.
Guerrilla Games will do that, bro. If anything,
they need a.
I feel like
there are some familiar faces that if they fucking announce like even one of these familiar IPs, on Thursday, the internet would explode. Resistance, PlayStation All-Stars, even though I know that's never gonna fucking happen. SOCOM, Warhawk, which would be a perfect game for this generation, but they didn't bring it back. They have so many great IPs that are in the multiplayer sector that they could bring back, bro.
My toilet.
Huh?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh no, go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that people should prepare yourself. That don't expect to only see single player titles. They understand that that's what they gave out this gen. People understand that these games are established. They're gonna try again with multiplayer. If you wanted to know why they stepped back from multiplayer, because they gave you a lot of games with multiplayer elements and people did not like it or people did not support it. I don't know what it was. They had great multiplayer elements to a lot of these great games last gen, and for whatever reason, people didn't support it. I think if they would have re-released each and every one of those games that they financially thought was a failure this gen, they would have recouped all their losses, and they would have understood, oh yeah, let's keep working on this shit. Let's bring this shit back.
Resistance would have did good this
Exactly, bro. Resistance 1 and 2 should have been remastered with online support. You would have saw how much people really love that game.
A mistake was when they redid the Nathan Drake collection and didn't have player, people were actually pissed off. But I see actually, if y'all ain't seen my super chat last time, apparently Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection and Journey done been downloaded over 10 million times. So there you got financial success. It's very good.
That's really good. True Woody with the $2 super chat. What about a White Knight Chronicles reboot by Level 5?
Another good one.
I would love that, but I don't know what Level 5 is doing nowadays. Like, what do they do?
They got acquired by Sony, probably.
I would love to hear that because that matches up with True Witty's last super chat that Sony needs a first-party RPG studio. So I would love that.
Like,
bro,
Microsoft has the best one in Obsidian, and I'll be honest, they are the best one. Let's be honest. Obsidian, when it comes to RPG, there's nobody better than them.
I'm talking just about like Japanese RPGs, not American.
Yeah, like that. I don't. But just like in FPS.
Obsidian did Japanese RPGs?
No, I'm saying in RPGs in general.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Level 5.
I mean, they don't sell like it. No offense, they don't sell like it's some of the best RPGs. But I think that the relationship that Level 5 and From Software had with Sony over multiple generations, it makes it believable for a lot of fans to say that they could be acquired. So, especially From Software. If you're thinking about Dark Souls, you might want to forget about Dark Souls. Because Dark Souls is already out. And the only other game that will be multiplayer will be Elden Ring. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities of them being acquired, of a studio being acquired, and still having another game in a pipeline that's gonna be multiplayer.
Japanese RPG, bro, but like the thing is, they're gonna do an RPG. They've got to bring. They've got to give. I feel like they've got to go for an RPG that isn't fucking Japanese because that's just based. That's just obvious for them to do that. I think I'm gonna say right now what Fee mentioned with Obsidian. Like, if PlayStation can bring in like another American company that can maybe do that or build a team, like I mentioned with this new one they're doing.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much confirmed that they already acquired Bluepoint. They might announce that shit Thursday, but it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
It won't be a huge shock.
There's no need to acquire a studio when they're doing the work for free.
I mean, they said games is the focus, so like we're gonna have games, but also, and they said they're gonna get more studios as well. He said studios acquisition. That's what Jim Ryan said. So I'm sure they could announce some studios.
Yeah.
Because I see Quantum Era and indie studios like that. I'm like, those are studios they could buy. Like the people who make Lost Soul Aside and Project Awakening, Asian studios. Like I keep forgetting.
Exactly, bro.
Asian, like there's people there that they could purchase that don't have to be American.
And I think. Look, I love games that are now putting RPG elements in them that are more Americanized, right? But you gotta remember, what was going to come up this gen that people thought went away last gen? Japanese RPGs. Square Enix has shown that. Capcom has shown that. Like, I know what you guys are saying, and I agree with that. I don't really know Obsidian like that. I've never played any of their games. But I think that those Americanized RPGs or American games with RPG elements are always going to be around, and they're going to evolve, and they're going to evolve into more RPG type games. But the one like under the radar shit that was going on this gen was like the rise of Japanese RPGs to a new level. Like they were selling millions among millions, breaking records. Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 15, Monster Hunter World had been gone from PlayStation console for 12 or more years and came back, selling over 10 million. You know, no thanks to Xbox. You know, that was amazing. I hope that Japanese developers pick up on the technology, because the one thing I've saw so many times with the Japanese development community is that they're always a generation behind with their game development. Their game always looks a little older than other people's games, and I hope that they could not do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or the mechanics might be outdated. Like, there are some games that didn't have jump, and in the same generation they made a successor to that game, and it did have the jump button or a climb button. So I hope that everybody could be, again, that's just my biggest wish, everybody on the same page going into next gen. Push the limits. Push the fucking limits.
Is there a I'm skipping Last of Us, y'all.
I'm gonna skip your hairline.
Wait, what did he say? What?
He said
he's gonna skip The Last of Us because he's afraid of the infected.
No, I'm gonna still buy it, but I'm gonna focus on Ghost Machine. I'm gonna focus on a new IP first. I'm gonna just play that, but I'm still gonna get the game though.
Why is this even a fucking question? I just saw Push Square's thing about, do you agree with PS5's approach to next generation? I mean, like, it's an understandable article, but like, you kind of are nudging at the fact that, like, that they're doing something odd. It's like, no, there's a poll in this thing, and like, 85% of people are saying that, yeah, they want brand new hardware for brand new games.
Remember we had that big discussion about marketing versus messaging? This is that shit, bro. This is that shit. Microsoft think that they could nudge certain people to put some marketing words out there about, hey, well, you need to be pro-consumer. You need to support backwards compatibility. Like,
that's the creme de la creme, though, because when they announced fucking the PS5 reveal, who tweeted out what right after it?
Aaron fucking Greenberg.
There you go.
Talking about your best friend, your partner in crime.
You're literally talking about how you're supporting generations and generations, knowing very well that you're only going to be, and you've said this already, that you're only going to be supporting the whole generation of generations for 2 years, presumably, before you take off to the next generation. So let's cut the shit and just say you're fucking lying. Because you know you're going to have to go to next generation. Because if you don't, studios like Bethesda, Bethesda as a publication, EA as a publication, Activision as a publication, but then you've got Bungie, you've got Infinity Ward, you know, that make those games, you've got the Bethesda Studios, Machine Games, you've got also, Ubisoft and their studios. They're all wanting to push they will be pushing towards next gen, I would say, next year. Do you think DICE are going to be making, Battlefield 6 for current and next gen? You're crazy. Nah, they're going to be moving on. So you got to get with the facts, bro. Like, listen about this, right? I said it earlier on, right? CD Projekt Red, they're in tandem working with them. The thing is, I said it earlier on, that game's not going to run well on current gen consoles. They know it. They're going to try their best to make sure that game can run somewhat fine. But they know they want to put that game on next gen, and their next game, that whatever it'll be, it sounds like it's going to be Witcher, right? That's going to go on next gen. That ain't going to be on current gen. You know, these studios, they don't want to be shackled by, last generation hardware. They're going to want to make what they are wanting to make with newest hardware, and that's what they're going for. Like, it's some stupid shit from Microsoft's end. They know it's the case. They know deep down that they are like, okay, well, basically, third-party games, they're not going to be staying with us they're not going to be staying with us anytime soon, bro. They will leave us in a heartbeat. So we got to think about something here. It's like, all right, let's just do some marketing shit for the first year, and then we'll have to fucking say something else next year. No, you know, better. I'll put money on this shit. I guarantee you, next year, that whole "we care about generations of generations" is going to be absolutely scrapped next year. Guarantee it. Aaron Greenberg and his fat ass is going to be completely talking about something completely different next year. That whole generations and supporting generations, that is going to be non-existent next year. Guaranteed. Watch. That guy and his fat ass fucking flapping his gums, bro. One thing, like, I don't hate the guy. I don't know him, but he is the fucking annoyingest, like, just an absolute annoyance of a hype man, whatever you want to call him. It's fucking weird, bro. One sec. Carry on the chain, add people who can. Oh, it's a chain. Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, Adam, are you done with the wall talking?
Do you agree with me, though? I'm asking this question.
Oh, we've almost been out of here 20 years.
Yeah, I know, man. I was on the fucking phone. What was you saying again, Adam?
No, I'm just saying, bro. Like, you know, with the aspects of what fucking Greenberg said.
I agree, but I mean, we talked about it earlier. What else can they really do? We know the new games won't be ready for 2 years. I mean, all they can do is put out negative messaging that our competitor isn't doing what we're doing, and we're the only person doing it.
I've asked this question to a load of Xbox fanboys, and it's as simple as this: do you think third-party games are going to wait around Xbox, right, to surpass these 2 years? No, they will not. They will not. Let alone they won't be supporting this thing of, like, you know, doing current gen and next gen. They won't. Like, they're just not.
I believe that they were ready to give up anyway. I mean, look at the previous generation. They literally forced their gamers to buy the new systems. Like, they would do shit to force them to get away from the original Xbox heading into the 360. And the same with the 360 and Xbox One. I mean...
my indication is from Madden and the smart delivery situation, right, where everyone's like, oh, smart delivery on Madden, that's amazing. And then they come out and mention a statement saying, only up until March was it, the early aspects of March, and then that doesn't exist anymore. After that, after March happens, you won't be able to do the whole smart delivery with fucking Madden. Like, they will want you to buy both copies of that game on both systems. And again, smart delivery comes down to the developers at the end of the day. The funny thing is, most developers, right, it isn't down to them. It's down to the publishers. So if they work under EA, Activision, I don't know about Bethesda, but, like, you know, if they work under those people, or Ubisoft even, sorry, they're gonna like support it for maybe like a couple of months, and that's it.
Okay, we're gonna continue the discussion offline. I want to let you guys know that I had an incident yesterday on Discord. Again, I was just living my life. I wasn't on Discord. I think I was watching anime or whatever. You know, talking to my uncle and aunt, shit like that. And I had went on Discord using my phone, and I had found out somebody was spamming the local PlayStation Legion Discord with negative shit, specifically about me. It was a PC fan. I have been attacked by 2 other PC fans, one on Twitter and one on YouTube. I want you to know that they are threatened by the PS5. It might not be more powerful than every high-end PC on the market, but they are threatened because the majority of them that don't like what's going on with consoles, they don't have a PC that's more powerful than a console, whether it's this gen or next gen. And they don't want that narrative to change. That consoles, the majority of the ones, people going out and buy them, it's going to be more consoles that are powerful than a PC in your house than a high-powered PC. And they don't want that narrative. But, hey, bro, it's going to happen, and just get used to it. I'm not sending out any more invitations to the PlayStation Legion public page until, it's going to be on Thursday. I would normally do Saturday and Sunday, but after I did that invite posting yesterday, I noticed what happened, and there was actually a couple other trolls hiding in the Discord. And again, we're keeping this shit gaming. If you want to do personal attacks and you want to start disrespecting me, you're going to get blocked, and I ain't going to fuck with you no more. It's simple as that. Let's keep it gaming, okay? We're excited about Thursday for games. Not because we're going to be calling somebody fat or talking about them being a different color than you are. Let's keep it gaming, or you can stay the fuck away from me. That means stay the fuck off my channel. Don't come near me. Don't say my fucking name. Don't do none of that shit. Okay? If you can't keep it gaming, I don't want to fuck with you. Okay, we are out. I will see you guys the rest of this week. I will probably post something in the YouTube community section on my page. I will also be reachable on Twitter, of course, the community section of the PlayStation Network. Those will be the places you can, have discussions with me about games. Of course, you can add me on the PSN. Thank you for all the support today. Congratulations to all the winners.